We are on. We are live and hoping to join the crew. Basically, what's going on? So we are live. Wow. So while we are waiting on the crew to rejoin us, we will take our team song and wait on the crew to rejoin us. This is the closing argument, Freedom FM 87.9. And my name is Junkies Morris. Welcome to our many listeners. Welcome. Welcome and share the show. It promises to be firing tonight. Welcome. Mm, Abby?
My brother, how are you today? What's going on? How was your
Eh,
night?
Yeah, by God's grace, bro.
Yeah,
How is the US?
yeah, everything was okay. From my side, nothing very strange to worry about. Things are going as I thought they were going to go on my end, so I'm grateful, and I want to assume that everybody is doing great as well, for the most part. Um, yeah. How's the I was watching the live today, from the Capitol, not no, from the Temple of, I'm sorry, from the police station, LMP headquarters. What's
The
going on ground?
the internet is just
Do you hear me? Hello.
yeah. I'm getting you now. I'm getting you now, and I'm sure the public is getting you.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I was just
You
pretty
getting
much.
me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you now. Yeah. I was pretty much trying to find out what's going on. I know we didn't see our man Anthony today, due to his accident he had yesterday, or the incident yesterday. I was trying to find out what's going on as far as the. I saw the lot of reports today that there was an attempt made to take the former first lady to. I mean, the former first lady and former vice president to court today for arraignment, but for some reason, according to what I heard, there was some kind of a medical condition that made it impossible for her to have attended the arraignment today. And she was taken to one of the hospitals, and that didn't happen. I also saw a lot of uh, 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 street walk. I don't want to call it protests. I saw a street walk of the opposition party, which is the CDC. I saw them today. They were parading the street, and I think that was a great thing. It was a great thing that they did it peacefully today. There was no chaos. There was no violence. And I want to also say thanks to them for having conducting themselves in that manner. And also thanks to the government like Liberia, for creating the enabling environment to have allowed them to do what they did, even though it was not planned, even though according to Liberia's protest regulation, you need permit, even though there was not any permit for that. So I think that part of democracy worked today, for the great part of Liberia and then the people. It's a great thing. Um, I don't know if you're hearing me because your line kind of like steady key, but if you're not hearing me, for those of
I don't know whether it is your side, AB, that is having this internet problem,
no,
but I don't think it will be from your side.
no, it could be for myself, but your visit was sticking. So yes, so yeah, we have people who have joined us. So people will verify if it's my side or not. But yeah, those are things that I saw today. Personally, I think it was a great thing. I'm not the host today, so I don't want nobody to think I'm the one hosting. So hopefully, we get the appropriate host to come and host. I'm just here as a proxy for whoever that's going to follow later. Welcome, Pee Wee. What's going on?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Okay. Yes. Yeah, we got some sound. Can we mute, please?
I think it's the silence from my background. That
Oh,
it
okay.
was like a baby cry.
Yeah.
Oh, you
Oh,
always know. I
okay.
mean, if it's a step back and mute when you're talking, actually. But until my man sounds like I can fix his camera. I mean, his internet. Uh, Pee-wee hearing me?
what, what is something like
I mean, traditional suit, bro, and anything traditional we associate.
I know people will give you the support.
Somebody here, Emmanuel Bro, saying from what I'm seeing and hearing in this former Vice President Joao Howard Taylor's arrest and imprisonment saga, I'm convinced that the Unity Party government headed the President Joseph Boakai headed by President Joseph Boakai, has deliberately concocted and masterminded a big launch of lies against her for the role purpose of disgracefully embarrassing her. But to the best of my knowledge, God Almighty is alive and doesn't sleep. Certainly, He's seeing everything that is happening in this country nowadays under the I think I'm going to say UP government. Yeah. So you guys can take it from there. If you're back now, I'll give you controls to continue the setting the narratives. Obviously, you guys do that. I'm not the one been doing it. And Jake Jenkins, you guys can take it from there. I will sit and wait on my turn.
Yeah, so I will send it back to Pee Wee saying and Pee Wee, we can kick it up from there.
Yeah, but Chunky, you on the ground normally. We getting these things done. So anyway, I got almost 30 minutes after the time. So
yes, if
to get up.
yes, if I can, yeah, I can start it up. Yes, I thought since you here in terms of moderating,
But
that's
I
why.
just wanted you to bring me to speed
Okay.
with basically what I know that
Yes,
I afforded today. So just bring to speed, and
so
we can take it.
so in addition to what Abby just said, we just experienced the arrival of Labrimbo calling deportees, but they are not deportees. They were seeking asylum, and so in line with diplomatic connection with the U.S. and trying to strengthen our relations with the U.S., I think we accepted that through the government to allow those people to seek asylum here in Liberia. There should be 1,200 persons, but initially, about 20 persons have already arrived, and so this is what's happening on the diplomatic front. As for the case surrounding this drug issue that saw the former vice president being arrested on yesterday, she's not well. She broke down, and they tried based on what I gathered there since I was there today. She was not well since last night. They tried bringing their own medical people to check on her as to whether she could recuperate, but it got worse, and so she was taken to the hospital by the police authority. So there where we are in regards to that. She's supposed to be arraigned before court today, and because of that unfortunate situation that she fell off and was not in a good state of mind, and so the police, with due diligence, understanding the importance of life and her dignity, they were very swift enough. I want to give them the tap on the back, swift enough to take her for further treatment. So there where we are, and we hope the right thing is being done, and we hope that the government is in line with due process, human dignity, especially protecting our democracy. Because we, as a people, particularly on this platform, the closing argument, we do not have problem with the government going after people who are creating problem for the society by accepting drug cartel to use this place as a drug hub where they will harness drug to supply and distribute to different countries and different continents. We think those people are miscreants and they should be brought to book. Justice should prevail. They should face the law. But if we are proceeding in ways, forms, and manner that we look like or sound like we are being partisan in this fight, then I think it would raise our brow, it would build tension, and that would be dangerous for our peace and stability. So we are calling on the government. I'm calling on the government to at least lay low the tension, and let's do it through the rule of law. For instance, Junkies Morris is being linked to these drug cartels, and Junkies Morris should yes, Junkies Morris should account. So if Junkies Morris is linked to the drug business, it's easier using the law. The government could file in for a knee as a Republican if they themselves think that they are not able to, in a peaceable manner, get Junkies Morris, who was being accused that he's linked to this drug issue, because this issue is a national fight. So we are not against it. We are in support of the government fighting this drug situation, because we all know the results that that had been left behind by those who initiated this importation of drug into our country and distributing it to young people. So we are all in the fight together. All we are saying, we need to be meticulous, because when we hurry bust traffic now, when we are rushing too much, then it will look like and sound like we are trying to wish hunt. So we need to take time. Madam Joy Howard Taylor is a lady. That's the first thing. In all fairness, PWAB and the public, Madam Joy Howard Taylor by herself cannot be involved with resisting arrest. And when it's a clear fact, we all know it. This is a female. She's not a male that could pull up arrogance and try to ruffle with police and wrestle with police officers. So it is easy to get her. So those kinds of tension are coming to get people who are linked. It will start creating, insinuations. We all know how our people are quick to insinuate. Mind you, as I turn it back to you, our people are always craving for better things. They are always yearning for this place to be a better place. When they say Junkies Morris, that the elected is corrupt and stealing their money, they will agree with the people were PW and AB, because PW and AB not in government position yet. So PW and AB say Junkie Morris stealing their money. Immediately PW and AB get in a position and decide to prosecute Junkies Morris through the due process. The same Liberian people, they start to defend Junkies Morris. So this is the compound, complex situation we are faced with. So all we are calling for, we need to maintain the peace. We need to dwindle the tension and the harsh engagement toward individuals who are linked. Because if you will have other people being arrested with mineral bottle in their hand, walking side by side with you going to the law, then that should be accorded other people. I think it is in the direction of dignifying who be suspect. So if you did that for Abraham Toure and did that for Sylvester Peewee, that same thing should be replicated to Junkies Morris, because the three of us, we are linked to propagating messages CA. So you cannot treat Pee Wee differently, AB differently. Then when it comes to Junkies Morris, you just bundle him and throw him in the pickup butt. I think those are the issues, those petty issues that people will want to take, amplify, and hitch on it as a debate instead of focusing the real issues or the issue that have to do with people allowing drug cartel to use our country to damage our diplomatic image, rather, to damage the young people, and to create a situation where we will be unsafe. Because having this place as a rampant terrain for drug trafficking, harnessing drug and distributing drug, and people taking in drug all on the streets of Monrovia, that insecurity we bringing on ourselves. Even those who are being alleged of receiving bribes, receiving gifts, they themselves are bringing insecurity to their well-being. Any society that is not able to help the many that are poor, they can save the few that are rich. So we as a people will need to come together, have a come to Jesus meeting, and forget about the issue of, because of Joseph Boakai, the president, 14, the drug business, then the other group of people angry, and because that CDC people, then Joseph Boakai people angry. Let us leave it and focus the issues. Right now, the issue that brought Madam Joel Howard Taylor to this state is the investigation on how the over $300 million drug into our country. That's the crux of the matter. Let's focus that. Let's stick to that. And I want to advise the police. I want to advise our security apparatus under force continua. You do not intimidate people like that when you are going to arrest them. The first thing, this is a Liberian citizen. Secondly, she is a senior citizen, somebody who served in the second most powerful position in our country. So going to her when there's no resistance, you carrying that kind of force, all those things, you guys will have to be careful. Then you will interpret the situation as targeting people and witch hunting people, as in the case of what was done to Representative Akaros Gray. I will say this. Representative Akaros Gray has every right to go at the police station. If Madam Joel Howard Taylor is accused of any crime, for that matter, it does not negate the fact that she can receive visitor. And besides, that police station is a public space. You don't carry on what they did yesterday. Those are trend to building tension. So I'm saying to them, they have to do away with that, and let's focus on the substantive, not to be doing things like you intimidating people so they get afraid. No, there will be no chaos here. We'll do our best to protect the sanctity, peace, and stability of our country using these microphones. But the security apparatus will need to take their time. People who are being linked, you take your time to get to them using the law and not using force as if we are in Sudan or we somewhere in Iran. We need to continue our democracy in a way that everyone will feel a part of this country. Back to you, Pee Wee.
Thank you. Thank you. That's alone. I think we follow most of those things basically today, and we're told she's the vice president, the former VP, is currently at a local clinic in Sophie, Congo time, undergoing some treatment, basically. And we're seeing the social media, there are certain folks, individual, alleging that she was injected with some strange substance and the rest of that. I don't want to think so, and I don't think we should be unreasonable to take the politics to that end. I don't think anyone would want to, knowing it, want to do that. That would be a very cataclysmic decision if anyone were to do that. So I don't want to even imagine that is far from the reality. We know that the former VP is not as well So maybe pressure and other things and other kind of circumstances. Maybe the pressure may have gone up and other things, and medications maybe it was not around, and maybe it may have pushed tension on the pressure and the rest of that. But now that she's in the clinic, I'm told that she's now on ongoing treatment, and we hope that she recuperates and speedily so that they will continue this process. And I will for sure say, I don't. Yesterday I said when this came up, I wouldn't outrightly come and say this is this, but I hope this is not politically motivated. If it is done on the basis of the facts, then the facts should come out. It should be the government should do everything. Even we know this president is very slow, he doesn't inspire as a leader, but he should call on his attorney general to push something that I would say get the call for a speedy trial in this, because this got the ability, and we shouldn't take this lightly. We know everybody's going to take their own political line. We shouldn't take this got the ability of creating some serious tension in Liberia. It is not managed well because of the caliber of press that is involved. We need to ensure that this is a speedy trial. There's the evidences are directing to, going to the direction of she's culpable or guilty. She should be punished as our friends and brothers and sisters that have been punished the way they violated the law if she committed the act. But if this is motivated and care is not taken, it may just plunge the country into some chaos. And no one should say, the whole Liberia, that something can just pop and bring some serious tension and degenerate into some chaos. But if it is on the basis of the laws and she's indicted or she was arrested and charged yesterday on the basis of facts that have been collected by the Joint Security or the security apparatus, they should ensure that should be done, and there should be a grand jury should come off, or grand jury indictment, and that proceeding should be, they can expedite this case. If the government got all of the evidence, expedite the case, put the case on the docket and call on it and move it. The case can be handled in the next 2 months, I want to believe. Between 9 October, you can be done with this case. If she's guilty, send her to jail. But if it is political, you got the room to set serious problem on. But before we can move on quickly, and another thing you talk about also was this situation about the agreement between the Liberian government and that of the government of the United States. We've been seeing. I was just reading on Reuters just on from our app, and Reuters also reporting that. I followed the news on Al Jazeera, also BBC also reported it was not even on Focus on Africa today. So this is very important. It's serious, but Liberia is a lot of countries America engaging in the conversation, but Liberia is the first country that have now received the first batch of 20 individuals that are landed. They are not deportees, as you said rightly. They are not. They are folks that I believe to have come here in the United States to seek asylum. And the US government don't want them here for some reason. So they're trying. Now, the reason they cannot send them directly to their country because most of them are escaping some retribution or being targeted. So the US government saying we'll partner with certain countries in Africa and then we will send you. They are not there on anything. They are free like you and myself when we are in Liberia. They can leave according to what I've read. They can leave on their own volition whenever they prepare.
I don't know what the Pee-wee the internet.
The internet, I don't know if I've seen it, but Ture, we'll start with that aspect of the discussion. I think I don't know if the internet from me or you, but I think it's from your end, Junkies.
That sounds like a while.
I'm getting Ture, and Ture is getting me. You cracking out a little bit and the rest of it. But Ture, I will start with you. While Junkie is trying to do an adjustment of the internet.
So I think it's coming from our side. It's coming.
Yeah, it is.
It's coming from your side. So, that router using or the article router that stick that modem using, you can shake the modem more.
The hotspot.
Or the hotspot.
But
yes, but from your end, you read a lot of things and you've been following this kind of a line. Do you think it's one of the best moves? I want to believe the Ministry of Foreign Affairs engaged. Do you think it's one of the best moves that the Liberian government did to accept this 1,200 folks. They are not deportees. You and Master shouldn't call them deportees. Yeah, but these special asylum seekers to be transferred to Liberia. Do you think it's a smart decision on our part?
So, like I always maintain on the show, when our leaders are making decisions, we just hope that they're making the right decision that impact us, for the good. So I will not come here and want to think that they didn't do right or they did right, but because I don't know what the actual agreements that they sign up to are, right? But as a signatory to a lot of international agreements, there are some responsibilities you adhere to. And let's not forget, Liberia it might be backwards in a lot of ways. Our infrastructure, we don't have like a lot of great infrastructure development, both social and physical. But Liberia is a big player on the diplomatic scene, in the world and Africa at large as well. Liberia is older than most of even some of the European countries that we talk about around here today. So Liberia is a great player in that diplomatic field. So when the foreign minister and the people from the foreign ministry get into the kind of a discussion like this and something like this is happening, I just want to see. I just zero to try to make it not sound like a quid pro quo, like the Liberian government official deny, like he says now, quote like diplomat do for you. However, though, when you look at the package, Liberia is getting almost $129 million from just these 1,500 people that are to be coming to the country, and 5 million goes to they're pretty much like providing for the managing the whole migration chain that they got going on. 5 million just go to just that, right? They got 120 million going to something like we'll talk about for healthcare sector.
Sorry, Tua, you said something that's interesting. I didn't follow that, the detail of that. You said that we're going to be getting a little over 100 million.
Yeah, about 129 million. 5 million goes to the management of the resettlement of these people. Mm-hmm. But now the money does not necessarily. I want to believe it does not necessarily go to the government because Liberia has IOM, which is the acronym for International Organization of Migration. So they might be the one,
and probably that of the LCCC also.
Exactly. So they might be the one cooperating this thing, making sure that.
But what does the government stand to benefit? Is that going to be direct money?
So now that is at 224 million that goes for health sector, right? For Liberia, it also goes for visa and infrastructure benefits, and it also go for border protection as well, right? So it just they have responsible our government manage the money. And as a matter of fact, Marco Rubio have also said they're standing firm to reassuring their diplomatic tie to have Liberia, making sure that Liberia has been a strong ally. So on the flip side, Liberia said, "Oh, we get a job. You're sending people, your own people, you can take care of them." But there are other things that happen in the background that we don't know about, right? And the reason why I took my time to dig into this because I want to be able to say, hey, well, you know what? When I'm criticizing this, I want to criticize them one day when I get them, right? But at least let me do the due diligence to say, okay, well, what could be happening? And again, they are our ministers. They're making these cases for us, so we don't know exactly the whole thing other than having the background. So that's one thing. Just to that migration thing. And for example, you made a great point when it comes to Madam Howard Taylor situation. And I agree with you, Pee-wee. We hope that it is not politically motivated. And I stand on that. But if it's not politically motivated, Madam Taylor should be, if it's true she's into it, she should be treated like any other suspect who would have been, suspected of doing this and getting this drug. And at the same time, whatever it is in the legal frame, not violation of their rights, but whatever it is in the legal frame that they would have followed to a John Flomo from Gongalo or Bonavista, the same way they would have treated that guy, she also can be treated as the same suspect in that case. Criminal does not have, there's no VIP in criminality.
No.
And, you say, oh, because she's vice president, whatever it is. Now, the allegation that are against us is what I'm going by. Against her, it's what I'm going by. I'm not saying she's guilty by no means. But just because you're president or vice president, when you commit a crime, it does not give you special treatment. Because anything, to even think that way, Now you are saying that then justice is not equally, administered, right? And another thing we should look at is this: who is Madam Taylor? Madam Taylor is somebody who have enjoyed diplomacy, to the highest extent for the longest in Liberia of about 30 years or more, if not, right? So she had walked in that line of, law enforcement, in the sense of getting the privilege and the protection and so on and so forth. Okay, Martilla was the first president of Liberia, right? She also was a senator. She also was a vice president. So, in other words, she served in the capacity where she, at least, a reasonable person will understand that she understands the laws of Liberia and how it works. To add to that, Manatilla is a student or a graduate from the Louis Alvarez School of Law. She went to law school. There's nothing in our books that says, when it's nothing the penal law say, oh, when the vice president, ex-vice president, whoever it is, commits a crime or felony, they should be treated because they are vice president. There's nothing that says that. Okay. She went to the airport. She was denied entry on board the plane because of whatever it is. The government denied her. Okay. Later on, there was a phone call placed where she was being told that she needs to go to LMP, for questioning because they want to question her. She said she's not going to go to LMP. She's going to go to her house, call her lawyer before she go there. Man, I tell her, come on now. You did law. You are a lawyer now. You went to law school. Where in your book, what the Constitution provides you and guarantees you is this: when you are being called in for questioning or being detained, you request. There's one or two things you can do. There's kind of the other Miranda that asks you. When they have Miranda asked you, you have that right to say nothing. Just sit right there. They're asking 25,000 questions. You can just sit right and say nothing, or you ask that there should be a lawyer, and they always tell you if you don't have a lawyer, the court or the state will provide you one. Now, if they didn't Miranda that's her, that's another thing we should talk about. However, they couldn't have necessarily Miranda that's her because she was not under arrest at the time. They were called her for question at the time. She said she got to go to her house and make sure her lawyer comes before she can how you got the thing how you got to come to the city. When police detain you for traffic stop, they detain you. You're not getting, they tell you exactly what to do. Carry the car, step in the car. They tell you at that time you're following that. Madam Taylor was pretty much detained. She's a lawyer. She understands this. The law does not guarantee you that you speak to your lawyer will go to before you do the process. No. The law guarantees that a lawyer should be present if you don't have one to provide you one. So for all to say that, oh, what I got to do, I'm like a criminal, the market, you know better. You know better. And I just hope that she's not guilty. I hope that whatever allegation that are against her, I hope that she is not it. But if it is it, I believe she should be treated as anybody in that position would have been treated. And that's just my opinion on that.
Yeah, fair enough. And I think and that's it. So we hoping to see what's gonna come out. But if it is based on just I know this government should be prepared enough to invite a former vice president as person of interest in after maybe 4 or 5 hours, and then you move to charge the president. I would want to think from where I sit legally, from the legal perspective, they may have done their homework because if you would just want to invite or in charge of former vice president on the basis of sentiment or speculation or a mere phone call, if you don't have strong evidence to indict her in court, she also happened to be a lawyer. She got a lot of competent lawyer family presence and a very educated woman and with very serious political backing, if you will. The former wife of a very powerful former president of the country that still got his root, his base across the country. So, and then former vice president of the republic. I would hope the government may have done the needful before coming up to do that, because it's going to be a critical thing that it got the ability to spark some serious
and I agree with you 100%.
kind of problem in the country if it was suspected that this was done on political basis, or this was just done for the government to meet the quest that they are fighting drugs thing. Then again, if there are other people into this from the government Now it's being alleged that the police chief is knows something. He's still being allowed. People say, okay, they're just trying to target him and the rest of that. But if it is true that there are people even higher in government of Liberia that are currently into it, and they're trying to hold on to some evidence that will hit them, probably the partners that came to help us, they won't have all the facts on the ground. True. It is the same police that should all help to get most of those things. If that man is the man that is there and he knows something, trust me, he will try to do a lot of things to disrupt the whole process. And that's one of the reasons why folks are calling for him to step aside. He needs being in this thing for a very long time. He chief of Crown Services, Johnny Dean, is involved. The chief of Highway Patrol is involved. The chief of intelligence is involved. There are other names within the police. They are all involved. How come? So we have a lot of senior police officers that are into this thing. And then other people are saying, okay, the chief of police should step aside. Say, oh, no, I can't step aside. He knows that. And these officers that are being involved, we've been told that they've been given some sugar daddy treatment, some special treatment, if you will. Johnny, shockingly, Johnny have not yet been charged. They should send signal to people that this Gregory Coleman knows very well. If you rush to charge Johnny will spill the beans. I'm just thinking from the other, why I said you're not charging Johnny Dean.
And I think those are good things that we can hypothesize or try to make sense of and stuff like that. And I think you're right to an extent. But however, though, I don't Gregory Coleman is just slow, or he's just somebody who was just somebody like the other guys running circles around him as well, right? Because my thing is this: if you are,
what do you mean by slow? When he just
no, I'm not saying slow.
Vice president,
no. That's what I was coming to, right? I'm not saying he's slow, right? This is me playing devil's advocate. I say, well, either he's just slow, right? Or but also could be that some other guys just playing circles around him, right? However, I don't think, I get it, the aesthetics, the look, the optics, how it looks, right? So librarians are calling for his recusal, and I get it to an point, to an extent, right? However, though, my brother, let me ask you this though: why would you arrest not somebody from in the government that you got power over, but somebody from the opposition party if you got something to do with this thing, right? Let's just make a little sense out of it a little bit, right? Why would you arrest somebody that not just a regular president? It's not one of the ministers. It's not somebody, okay, you're called Pee-wee. People working at foreign ministry, whatever it is, you're called Pee-wee. No, this is somebody who was the second in command, the third person in the country, the second person in the country. And you, upon what you say your investigation that linked her to things, the reason to be like she got it. Why would it be her if you were part of it? Why? Right? So I really don't think, and this is what the media, that's what people want. The media, including us, when we are not careful how we try to make sense of the situation and try to bring our own analogy in it, we will be making it, we'll have a fast dumping case, and we as Liberians will lose. Any attempt for them to lose those guys that were indicted on this thing, for them to go walk scot-free, it's Liberia that loses. So I think for any media group you find yourself in, we all have a civic responsibility and a patriotic responsibility to, for at least for once, just respect the rule of law. Let's see what it's doing. Let's hope that they are right. We can't just be here and think that, oh yeah, they are wrong, as a matter of fact, Gregory Coleman is inside, she's not inside. Liberia is one of the most gullible society that I know on earth. We are very gullible. If I came here today, you're on a TCA show right here. I leave here Desmond I can't say, oh, me and Sylvester were talking about so thing in our chat room, but he called me outside the chat room, tell me this, he must have talked on the phone. They will believe it because they will feel that we got proximity. Meanwhile, I never talked a day in our lives. Mm-hmm. But just because the few we see on the show here, right? So they say, oh yeah, that's you, the man saying it. That's how gullible we are in Liberia. So what I'm saying is this. Yes, I understand. Even other people got security background, like our brother Alfred thinks that Gregory Coleman should recuse himself, not because Alfred doesn't like Gregory Coleman, but just the fact that he feels like the way it looks, it makes it look bad. So to re-give trust to the people, then recruits and said, because Liberian people we're not satisfied. They want international, they want independent people. The guy independent people now work on Liberian National Police. They're not satisfied. They want Gregory come on to go.
No, the issue is not basically not satisfied. They want Gregory to go. The issue is that the way Gregory is proceeding with this whole investigation. And listen, I'm one of those when we invited Greg on the show the last time, I spoke highly of him when he started the whole issue about when the Cordio criticized about how they even handled the situation in King George. I said, hey, it was quite unfortunate that the police should have used some proportionate force, right? I think the force used at the time in King George was disproportionate. It didn't match the kind of a force doing it with folks. Allegedly, they said folks were armed and other thing. I don't think so. I took it from the other angle. I thought that was police brutality. But there's a lot of things unfolding currently with the whole drug situation. The way it started with the Paul Kim situation. You moved to, they don't really have some real evidence against most of those guys they charged, but the fact that they were not, even from the get-go. Most of those names that were even the guys that contacted Paul, they got business to do and all those lines. They knew those people were in town. They knew how to track them. They allowed them to go. The information that even the police informed those guys to leave town, right? And then moving on, you charge the other fellow, and then to say, okay, you got someone. Now, we didn't know up to that time that most of Gregory's senior protégés were all involved as very top police officers were involved. Now, it's been reported, that's not yet confirmed, that Kwabo is alleging that Gregory, his boss, instructed him to escort the very drugs we are talking about here. That's yet to be confirmed.
Who's reporting that?
He's speaking out to family sources and other things. He's speaking out currently from jail because they're even pushing to get him bail so that he be released, because he's saying, hey, he didn't commit this, he was instructed. And due to certain those regular police regimentation thing, you ought to take instruction from the boss. The boss is always sometimes right, probably no, but you have to know what you're conveying. That's one. Another thing is that Johnny admitted taking $10,000. That was the story that nobody. I mean,
Gregory told us.
Nobody manufactured that statement. It came from Gregory himself.
True.
Why would someone admit taking 10,000 and you, the police, the criminal justice system start with the police? You, the police, you know, if I were to move and go and say, okay, I received bribe, just that admittance alone, it is tantamount for me it's tantamount to just the police charging me. So you don't need to further send me. You don't need to further send me to professionals now. If I were in the police, rather, and I go and say, I told the chief, I took bribe from Ture to do certain thing. That is felony. You don't need to, the police chief don't need now to even take me to send me to what we call professionals. And they say, oh, then the information deputy minister yesterday say there are protocols in the process about, but they have to do this to this rule. No, you don't need to do that. Immediately when the man said that, you send him to the CRD or what CSD division, the crime services division, CSD. CSD will immediately take seize of the matter and appropriately charge the man. Now, were they going to charge him with bribery? Doing that, or were they going to charge that was in connection with the same thing? Was it yesterday? I saw the Minister of Justice reading those charges, an attempt to do this, have someone that took money to facilitate people leaving or so. Was another tantamount to charging him, and now Johnny behind bars at the Monrovia Central Prison. They didn't do that up to now, almost more than a month.
Is Johnny behind bar?
No. So listen, we just need to be very clear in the people to know that there's some smoke screen somewhere, and we need to listen. And that the reason why I'm joining those with a call for Police Chief Gregory Kromer to step aside. Trust me, we wouldn't be surprised. They want to protect it for some time, but the real story is going to come out. It will come out. The way Gregory is handling this whole investigation. The Gregory are very fast in just inviting as person of interest in no time. You charge the former vice president. Yes. Then the same thing you charge Paul King. Why are you not charging the people from the police in that expeditious manner? You are not expeditiously handling that relative to the issue of those folks from the level of the Liberal National Police, because it has been reported that these are your protégés, these are your agents in the police. Probably they were acting on your behalf. So you're trying to kill it, protect them, telling them, man, you all will not make a mistake, but I will protect you. And these folks from the level of the government believe this politics is not politics. If you delay this and it comes to the level that it's exposed to the government, if you take action, it will be very damaging to the government.
So the truth of the matter is, though, right? The government stand more chance to come out as winner than loser, right? Because they can always fire and change heads, right? The government can brag, say, "Oh well, we saw it, we arrested it, we prosecuted people, and we found out our own people are there, we dismissed them," right? So the government that have 35% chance of still working on the thing, say, "Well, we saw the thing, we arrested, we did something about it, we helped, we're accountable, and stuff, and that's what we are here for," right? And it will make the argument that, oh yes, other countries there are drug dealers, there are other countries where government officials facilitate drug trafficking and so on and so forth. So Liberia's not the first person. The good thing is we already see it, we arrested, we charge them, and realize our boy involved with it. So the government stand the 45% chance to walk out of the thing with flying colors, right? Now, but the thing about
what equals 65% flying colors?
I'm saying to you, even if Greg Como was to found hypothetically say he was guilty, right, or he found something, he was found capable of doing something, or he was part of it some way somehow, right? They will still fire Greg Como, bring somebody else and put him back there, and they still make a brag. We realize
it would tremendously damage the government reputation.
And not necessarily.
And this will it will. Here's the fight.
Why did they come back to you? Why did they come back to you?
He's linked to this.
Why did they come back to you? Say, why did they come back to you? They say, oh yes, we knew he was part of it, but we know why we named on the case so that we get most of the things we wanted. Why did they come back to you? It's possible. Because the thing about it is, think about it.
That wouldn't make sense at all.
Okay, so okay. No,
you're being damaged. So
no, why?
That's the problem. I hope he's not involved.
I don't
hope he's not involved.
I personally don't think Greg is involved. Right?
If you're to read a tea leaf from the angle I'm looking at,
okay,
I'm afraid because most of those individuals involved. Why you think Johnny was just brave to tell him I did it? He rushes it. You know the problem about Gregory is
exactly. So if
he's not emotionally handling it.
Exactly. If you think Gregory was involved, why you think Johnny told him?
Oh, no, Johnny told him chief. The whole thing, but they think I took money from the people.
Exactly. So okay.
and you know about it, but he said, "Okay, no, I will fix it. We will say that you and we'll fix it. We'll take care of you." Listen, this is deeper than you think. We'll charge you in a way that will not even link you to the drugs. It will link you to something that will not be proven, and then you may win it in court. Or you take a kind of plea in court. The government eventually not a prosecuted case. So if that's going to be the problem, the government will drop charges against you, or we come up with a regular kind of a charges that we cannot prove in court, and you walk, and we take care of you eventually. You already got a home you build. You build a very, when you into these things with these drug boys and other things, he got a very nice way. Okay, you go relax, we'll take care of you. Now, his life in the police is done. Johnny be a career. I've been know you got to complain about Johnny a lot of time. We all heard of him before.
Hopefully,
other people and other things. A lot of people be complaining. They say, "Oh, you do this." I want to believe this is boss stop now with the police. Maybe the day maybe one of his friends become president and appoint him police director. And I don't know what our person will be thinking to do, but I believe he carry out the police done.
Yeah. So
at the end of the police done.
At the end of the day,
it was done. Ever since other police director got rid of him, right? Why do you think Gregory brought him back? That's some reason. So that man not the job.
Gregory probably brought him back because Gregory thought he has experience in the area.
Because he's the operational man. I can deploy him to do a lot of things for him behind the scenes. Why would Gregory bring somebody back that been refused in the police by 2 police directors? Why do you bring him back?
Okay, but there are people even if okay, I don't like to do the American like bro comparison because sometimes it makes me angry too. So I'm not
Why
gonna
should you
do
bring
it.
him back?
But there are people who think that okay, you know what, you're a bad guy, you're a criminal, but there's certain skills you have. I need it. I'll bring you back to work with me. It's possible.
True. Will you bring someone that in the security apparatus that's working with criminal that was engaged into armed robbery?
Mm-hmm.
Armed robbery. So very serious offense in our country.
Was he engaged or was alleged?
Engaged. He was investigated all by the county that is missing from the police.
Okay.
He was engaged in dealing with armed robbers that were causing chaos, creating panic, terrorizing our people. Engaged into them, dealing with them in terms of that. The proceed from that, or from those robbery, those bandits and heinous, unscrupulous elements carried out. He was the agent that would distribute the proceeds. On the basis of those information collected by the police, he was removed from the Liberia National Police.
Okay.
Gregory King and brought him back.
Okay. So
then later on, this the new police officer came, police officer rooted him out. Said, "No, you don't belong here. You are a bandit. We can't hire a bandit to fight bandits." Gregory came back for the second time as police chief and brought him back. You don't think it's motive? So
yes, right. I can see how it looks, right? Now, administrators, I don't know why Gregory brought him back. Now, in the ethical system, what you know what it is. For example, in America, people ain't gonna hire you if you got DUI on your record. They want you got any kind of recent DUI on your record for like in the past 2-3 years. They're not gonna hire you, right? So society that believe in
and you just answer my question, just
right. And that's why I said it.
You cannot hire someone with just a DUI on the record.
Right.
Why will you hire a senior police agent that is known to be colluding with hardened criminals?
So it goes back to what
that was dismissed by your former police chief and your former boss. And you came when he left. When you came, you brought him back. It didn't stop there. When you left again, the next police chief came, Patrick Sulu, removed him from the police. Immediately you came, you reinstated him. And that's the same man that you reinstated now. Is admitting that he took 10 times. Who knows that amount of money? Look at the house that is alleged that he allegedly built. Look at the home in the area there. That house is nothing short of around $150,000. So if that is what is his salary? As a senior commander of actual ranking, he got senior commissioner, commissioner officer. I had to call him
maybe 3,000.
Commissioner, yeah. He's around $700-800. I'll take home pay. $800 there about.
Nah, maybe more than that.
My man, you when you left the bro.
It's more than that, man.
I'm telling you, now that I know about the police, I worked with the police before. I did one Christmas got police chief. I'm saying to you, the pay of those kind of do you know that most of those county police officers on them make $200-300, $250?
Okay, anyways, so yes.
Tony pay is not more than $800. His take-home salary is not more than $800.
I doubt it, but okay.
I'm telling you something weird. Tony pay is not more than $800.
Right. Okay. So
Tony pay is not more than $800.
Now, right? That is the case.
Maybe his pay will be around 1,000. You know what, 1,000, and you cut taxes. His take home gonna be around 800 or 7 something thereabout. That's the take home salary.
Okay.
But why you think these guys, when they operate in the police at the time, why you think he was involved into, and that should not give you the reason to get involved into those things. Because we know the structure of the pay. The pay be little by little, it's been a little incremental things. It's been going up there in terms of that. We still have some folks in the police that can apply some level of professionalism. But you have this guy being in the police for all of the time. He's paying the police, and you see things happen, and you think will sit down, and other people say, "Oh no, they don't want this to happen. They paid on Gregor." No, there are reasons why we are calling on Gregor to step aside. A lot of them won't agree to it. Sometimes you talk to someone, they believe when you are appointed at the level, and I will hope Gregor will take some time. Because Liberia Judge Sako, I don't know if he's probably waiting to come leave or Liberia when he leave the office of police chief and other things. We put it aside. These jobs should not be, I will get back to you quickly, but these jobs should not be political. because you may not know. That's why you take the job. Serve the states. Don't go to this partisan kind of politics. And that was my point to you. But I don't know if you know otherwise than the other thing. But I will let you conclude, and I will welcome Johnny. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I think welcome, Johnny. It's nice to see you again. I think the whole thing about this drug
situation, for the
um
breaking transmission.
um the this whole just you want to mute your phone, junkies, please. Um, so at the end of the day, the the whole drug thing that we are facing, I think, like I always say to us here, I want Liberia to win at the end of the day. I don't want us to, politicize it, and I'm not necessarily saying you are doing it, but just Liberians that are listening to us around Liberia and other places, I don't want us to politicize it. I want us to give them the benefit of the doubt, and hopefully the government, and future government to come can look at this as a learning curve. You can learn from the situation and see how best you can put in policies that will hold certain officials accountable. Through the code of conduct. What do they need to do to be to better serve that position so that tomorrow cannot have doubts from the public like this. But as the fact that names have been coming up. For example, Manantila has been arrested. She's been formally charged. She couldn't make it to the arraignment today because of some medical situation. So hopefully she gets stable. Or she'll come back. She gets arraigned and go through the process and let's see what happens. To your point, we hope that it doesn't take more than I hope it's a speedy trial, because you have all the charges against her. You have evidence to make sure that she is actually involved with this. And it will be a very, very, very short-sighted or myopic strategy to deploy when you don't have all the evidence to bring somebody of that caliber, to publicly dispute and say, oh yeah, you did this, and you don't have all the evidence to prove that you did it. And even if she did it, I hope that they dots all their I's and cross all their T's, that making sure that their charges stick, or the allegations stick, because you don't need everything. They got, like, I think, how many 4 or 5 different charges. They just need one to stick. They just need one of them to stick as you go to jail. Just one to stick, right? Unless they really mess up and they say, oh yes, I don't. The administration might not stick because they didn't administer nothing in Liberia, so that administration might get dismissed, right? But the intent to distribute, yes, that could stick if they can prove her to it. If they can prove that she made any kind of negotiation to have made that drug to come in, and also helped for like had it been alleged that she facilitated the guys getting the document and so on and so forth. If they can prove that she got this document, the guys got the document. The court are looking at
Probably will have to bear with us in that way.
the court is not looking at the court is not looking at they're looking at the role you play for the guys like getting this access, bro. So all the things, there are things that they're gonna be looking at, giving the whole conclusive stuff and making a decision on that. Now I don't know if she's gonna request a jury trial, which would be a great thing. I think she should do it. Or it's going to be a bench trial. So, I hope she requests a jury trial, so at least she can have a chance to fight versus one judge thinks that, okay, after the case, I feel you're guilty and stuff like that. And even if they're found out guilty, I can see the case going to the Supreme Court. I can see going to the higher court as well. It's not just one of those cases that would just, unless they really have overwhelming evidence. But given Liberia, I can see them taking to the Supreme Court as well.
Yeah, fair enough. But a lot of things going to. I think it's going to be a jury trial, and if it's trial going to move, it's going to be a jury trial. But I think from the foundation, I'm not a lawyer, so I'm not going to get the lawyer. We're going to leave that with the lawyer to worry about. If some of the thing we hear in terms of the evidence gathering level from what the government rely on to move to charge, if it's not something that is something the lawyer's going to debate it and they're going to see. But Jenkins, I will come to you. We had Johnny on just now, but Johnny slipped off, unfortunately. probably due to some technical difficulties he faced with. But I'll come back to you, John Kingston, and then thereafter, before you go back today, we will take some time to invite Nandi to show this way. So we'll allow you to make a point, and then probably we'll open the lines and take a couple of calls, and then we can come about. I'll come back to you, engage you. Do you think, from what you're hearing, can you hear me? Tompkins, can you hear me?
Yeah, so Junkie is not. I think he's got a network problem. Junkie got a network problem today.
You are badly break. You guys are badly breaking in because our side here got a serious network problem.
Yeah.
I'm just told by my technician that he had been observing this for the past few weeks now. Each time the show comes on, the network always coming in distorted. So I don't know.
Do you guys want to change up?
All the while you guys are saying I'm not getting you.
Oh, too bad.
Yeah, but you are breaking in badly. The public is not getting you. Myself, I'm not getting you.
Oh, too bad. And we were actually trying to see if we could take some calls from the public, but now that you said they are not getting us, and we are also finding some difficult time getting you. So we would actually love to engage the public to get some. But unfortunately, we cannot.
And now that we can get Junkins, and I think I'll just put it: the judge, under liberal law, the judge cannot decide if it's going to be a jury trial or not, right? The defendant has to request it. It's the defendant's right to have a jury trial. So he or she can say, "Oh, you're on." They'll ask, they'll get, do you want a jury trial, bench trial? He or she can say, "Your Honor, I want a jury trial," and then they'll have to select the jury, and then, for example, her lawyer have to vet each jury. Making sure that yes, the person meet it, the person had no pre-existing bias and so on and so forth. But the way Liberia is, I think the best way to get a jury trial is just to go in the village and get those people who don't listen to radio or have social media. Maybe there can be some fairness in that. But everybody who are listening to this arrest, they already have draw opinion and stuff like that. And I was saying to somebody, not to digress, I told somebody the other day, I said, I think the government needs to invest in a maybe 15 or 20 room, house compound, where they can host for juror for cases like this. Now in this kind of time, you put a security there. They ain't got no phone, no access to call nobody outside. However long the case gonna last, for to be there. Hopefully, the government can compensate them for that, because like people don't have a job there. Compensate them for that. They're not watching no TV. They're just there. A big yard. When tired, they're going to do exercise, run around until the case is over with. So, but by that, they don't have nobody in the brain telling them what to do. That would be a great thing for Liberia. In cases like that, you need that. You need a facility where people Liberia does not have a culture of repercussion. Well, when you did something wrong, it'll get you. To avoid a Simon Tour kind of situation, you need to have the government should invest in the compound, where you can have, maybe if it's 20 bedroom, whatever bedroom, a nice compound, make it comfortable, right? That the people can be there. You feed them 3 times a day. They can do exercise of recreational activities. Big walls are better. Nobody goes around there, and it's that whole area from the compound to maybe 100 feet, it should be restricted. Nobody, if not, get no business around it, should not be there, to safeguard, to keep high-profile jurors there, to avoid potential manipulation and so on and so forth. So hopefully she requests a jury trial, and I really wish and pray that she gets well. I pray that she feels better. But I think, giving her status, giving her knowledge of the Constitution, I think she dropped the ball, because if people looking at, you can't shoot a vice president, like, because also look, okay, who is this vice president? What does she know? Okay, go to, if you not guilty, go to Greg. Come on, you want to talk? You go there. Okay, Greg, I'm here to talk, but I'm not going to talk on my lawyer, and which your lawyer comes. Oh, I'm not coming. You're not some kind of criminal. And what kind of thing? You don't do that to me. I'll not come until my lawyer come. That was very hostile. That was just like an ATU get, talking. It didn't represent the office she once had. It doesn't represent even the character that people have around her for her. Oh, former vice president. Yes, go with them. You got your EPS with you. Go with them. You don't have to speak. But you don't say you go into your call to get your love for you.
No, but I think that was not a hostile way of doing things. Listen, women will react to things differently, and she was emotional. I don't think that term equipping to the vice president of former vice president ATU that's been disrespectful to her. But honestly, I would say I don't think a hostile. Anyone would do that. Trust me. If
the law don't look at gender though. The law
it's not an issue of law looking at gender. It's the way you apply the way. Listen, it's the application mechanism we say here.
Okay.
You can be aggressive. You can be belligerent, and the rest of that. And we listen. There are respectful way we engage things. Why you think we have? Okay. Well, why they didn't do that?
Do you think she was respectful the way she responded on the phone?
I think she was just a person of such. Listen, we have freedom of expression in Liberia.
Okay,
she's the former vice president.
Okay, so you think she was respectful?
Why you didn't treat someone that already is admitted taking bribe that way, Johnny? You've been giving Johnny special treatment. Why are you trying to disrespect the former vice president in the way and manner? Why are you saying, listen, I'm not protected. I'm not saying she's right. Or she's wrong. I'm not saying that she's not guilty or she's guilty. What I'm saying, we ought to ensure that in the execution of the laws, the judicial system should be blind for it. And in the execution of the police is the first line of the criminal justice system of Liberia. They will begin to do the evaluation, the charges, all those things start with the police. And that's why, if that premise, that issue about the charges are not ready, and that's one of the reasons most of the State Department report on human rights on the Liberian National Police been damning for some time, particularly this administration. It is the way we engage the things. You don't go everywhere in the world, there are excesses, but the way you engage, you don't go to somewhere and they crisscross the vehicle in the street and demanding. That's a form of official of government. There are ways we see things happen. We saw in this country when John Bolton was being indicted.
She's on the criminal investigation. You don't get treatment. You don't get special treatment of criminal investigation. Now
you don't have. But listen, the intent, the way you treat people, under some cases, is the intent.
Okay.
Let's agree that Toure committed a crime, and I've got sufficient reason to believe that Toure is not a flat race. Do you think I will run or I want to show the prep to do a prep with you, to call for you to walk up?
What's a flat race?
Right?
What's a flat race?
A flat race is anyone that got the potential of leaving the country.
Okay, doesn't she
have the person that got a potential of leaving the country?
Doesn't she have the potential of leaving the country?
Absolutely no. The woman that lost us one. Listen, she just lost her son quite recently. She got her grandchildren.
Okay.
That are there in the country.
She had children when you escaped jail.
Her grandchildren that she's taking care of. She got family members in the country that rely and depend on her solely.
Child still had children when
you escape.
Child still has children when you escape jail. Child still had children and wife when he tried to escape Nigeria.
That's a I hate to go into.
No. That's
not going to.
No, having kids.
The circumstances of that.
No. My point that made to you. My point that made to you. I
don't want to go to Charles. I think that he didn't break
Taylor. No, I said he had responsibility when he broke jail. I said, second of all,
where he broke jail.
He also in Massachusetts now. Come on.
No, but he said he didn't do it.
My man. Okay, fine.
He said he didn't do it.
Okay, another point. He had wife and children and status when he tried to run away from Nigeria to
again, you see, and sometimes we everybody with the sentiment against Mr. Taylor and the Taylor family will want to bring their own side of the story.
No.
It is clear and glaring that other presidents, even Gaddafi told President Salif, when she visited him when she was president in 2007, that you betray your brother, you brought me, you betray him.
But who made Taylor? Gaddafi made Taylor.
Gaddafi told
Gaddafi made Taylor.
The whole story about Taylor, Nigeria story, was a make-up story by the Nigerian government. Taylor didn't escape. Taylor took time to explain this to us. from where they left, from Cross River State. The capital city of Cross River State is.
Explain though.
I closely followed the case when Taylor was in court. Not that I listened to him religiously, but what I did, I spent some time in that particular state, understanding the geography of that state, and then looking at where Taylor went. And when Taylor explained, I went by myself before even starting going to Nigeria back and forth. I went myself to do some investigation about that. Where is Cross River State? Cross River State, the capital city of Cross River State is Calabar.
Mm-hmm.
Taylor drove from Calabar all the way to Maiduguri.
Mm-hmm.
Maiduguri is far in the north. Border there with Cameroon, Chad, all the way, almost 12 hours drive. Do you think, and Taylor said something to the judge, that what was said, they wanted to put Mr. Taylor to jail. Mr. Taylor told the judges and all the people that filing the case, and you follow the case yourself. Go back to the clip and listen to that, to the honorable man saying this. He said, "Will I be escaping from Nigeria, from Calabar? I drove with my assigned state security, the state SSS special security that was assigned from the presidency to me. They drove with me in a 3-car convoy. Where I be, Taylor said, even if I'm stupid, and Taylor's not a stupid man, and he told the judges that I'm not stupid. A man that carry revolution in Liberia that was control men. I'm not stupid. If I'm escaping, I would have found means. I know what Taylor would do. He would get the man money and just get him up and leave. But he traveled with those men in his convoy on a 12 hours long journey to the border. He gets to the border. When things change, then they say, oh, the face is not the male escape because they wanted him up. It was just something that was quite unfortunate. But Obasanjo had told Taylor to leave.
My point I'm trying to make.
Pressure. Quick, let me end on this. I'm
Okay.
under pressure to turn you over. So if you can find anywhere to leave, please leave. Mr. Taylor had no option. He embarked on this journey because he said he was heading to his friend, the late child president Edward Deby. That was a revolutionary friend. The way he was headed. He went to the border on that unfortunate thing. Then they changed the code and said, okay, now to the border. So he said he didn't escape. That's not true. So I don't think she was flag raped.
So at the end of the day, I don't personally think I think if they had a warrant for her arrest, which I don't think they want to arrest her that day at the airport, they didn't arrest her at the airport. But if they had a warrant for arrest, I think they could have read that to her and let her and show the warrant that you're under arrest, right? According to them, they had caught her for questioning, right? So at that time, she was under arrest, right?
Yeah, they want to make sure of this. Questioning is time. You are needed to the police. She would have come there with her lawyer.
Okay, right. So I want to say if they never had a, but I can't even say that because she was not arrested. She was not arrested at the airport. She was not arrested at the airport. So I can't even.
She was not arrested at the airport, but she was denied getting on the flight.
Yes, which is fair.
Yeah, it does say, oh, you cannot travel and other things that's in up, and probably.
And I think they could have getting a passport from her. You know, obviously to your point, she's not going nowhere. Get a passport from her. You know, she's Johar Taylor. Nobody can, you know. But also, you got to also understand Liberia. Liberia has a story or history of government official, top government official, past government official run away from that country, sneaking through Sierra Leone, Africa Coast.
Name them.
Is there?
Who?
How does Eddie Kukrom leave Liberia? Eddie Kukrom, how did you leave Liberia? How did President Elijah Johnson leave Liberia? How did Henry Costa leave Liberia at some point in time on the loan for him? Exactly. So it's there.
Those people that left Liberia, and for Ellen, I will speak to Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf left Liberia because she was.
It is not a matter of because it's a matter of fact that
Ellen said was different. Ellen, they wanted to kill Ellen.
Hey, my brother.
My point I'm trying to make to you. No. Oh my God. Somebody helped Ellen to leave.
Yeah, but people.
Ellen left for a reason.
Exactly my point I'm making to you is this like that. So
Herrera Costa may have left because what he thought what he did was wrong, you were escaping as a fugitive. So
I don't care about what they did to leave. That's not my point. My point of argument is Liberia have a history of top people who've been looked for by the government, them escaping through these borders.
No. Those are people. Those are different kids. Not Madam Taylor was not going to get endorsed into that.
I don't know that.
How? Listen, and that's the reason why why would Madam Taylor escape?
Why did other people escape?
The other people escape. That was Madam Taylor escaped because the government wanted to kill her. That was a junta administration.
The government wanted to kill her. The government had her in jail. They didn't kill her in jail. They go and kill in jail that outside of can't kill her.
But do you know how she escaped? Then you didn't follow the story well. So you seeing this thing, you don't find this.
No. Even she escaped from jail, they didn't kill her in the jail though.
She was in jail when the other one that should execute her. One of those that was part of the issue to get her executed came to us say, if we don't get you, they'll execute you tomorrow. The guy's the one that helped her to leave the country. I think unfortunately he may have died during the war, but I think the guy's the one, the military officer's the one that the story is told that helped her. She was in jail. She didn't leave jail to say, okay, we'll carry you to court. She was in jail planning to execute her. So someone helped her to leave the country.
So my point I'm trying to make
is alive today.
My point I'm trying to make to you is this. Liberia as a country has a history of letting people of interest to flee the country. That's all I'm saying to you. That's all I'm saying here without if you didn't hear anything else. That's what I'm saying to you, right? Junkins, your internet back on now?
Junkie, are you okay?
Yes, I'm good. I'm good.
You want to point, when you come over a point, then the panel will take a few calls.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Maybe the man coming for you how?
No, they come, man. Like bring people. What's that people that coming for me? But man, I don't get time for them, bro. Like people.
and so, honestly, AB, yes, we all need to give a space to the law. We need to give a space for the rule of law to take its course.
Sure.
We need to give a space for who be perpetrators or individuals that are intending to perpetrate crimes against the state to have that sense of fear. It is not something you would do and walk away with. So we encourage these steps that are intended to I would say eliminate threats that could cause our country being corrupted by individuals who will see Pee-wee as an individual that corrupted, and Junkies Morris corrupted, Ibrahim Traore corrupted, they were scot-free and nobody did anything to them. Impunity is the order of the day. We do not want that, and we encourage everyone that is linked to this particular situation to avail themselves before the law, because it is the law that will say who's right or who's wrong. Whilst at the same time, we are calling on our law enforcement officers to do due diligence in regards to their profession, because as a police officer, I think you should understand force continuum, even if you did not do criminal justice. So there where the debate is just circling, even here in Monrovia and other parts of the country. So what Pee-wee is saying, Pee-wee is right. There are other ways. There are other ways we can effectuate the law. There are better ways that the law can be activated so that the environment be safe. Mind you, the manner and form you will want to implement the law could experience stiff resistance because if you decide to arrest somebody who is just accused, the courts have not brought down any judgment or opinion on such
No,
matter?
no. The court don't need to bring judgment or opinion before you arrest. You can arrest and then you
No,
recommend.
I'm not talking about the arrest.
Oh,
Just be cool. I'm getting there.
oh.
Yeah. So, if you will be in a rough manner trying to bundle that person, especially that person is not even fit to resist arrest, and then it's mind-boggling. That's the crux of the matter. There were all of these allegations, acquisition, insinuations coming from that the government is witch hunting, the government is targeting, and people were named. And why those who were named from the preamble of this investigation are not under police custody. Instead, somebody who is just named just 1 or 2 days ago is being apprehended the way they did. So, it's causing panic and stares all over the place. It could be you, AB.
That's true.
Though you and myself, we understand very well that what is going on may be interpreted by people who may not want to look at it from a broader perspective. We have to encourage the rule of law. We have to protect our laws, and we have to protect everything that has to do with civility, because when people are doing things and walking scot-free, the adverse effect will be the backwardness of our country, the young people going down and losing hope to the extent that many of the young people, even in Central Moravia, even talking about the interior areas, are just addicted to alcoholic beverages. Almost all their discussions are beer bottle table discussion. They are just glued to every day on alcohol table, and not even thinking about how to come together and make progress as young people, because they are discouraged. In fact, many of them are even saying, like what I saw from Cyril Dopo, that the whole country just is everything just tearing up. Everybody just vexed. Everybody just confused. The whole country, nobody understanding what's happening. Everybody going after everybody. We are seeing one another as enemies. And I think it is because of insincerity and lack of love for our country. If our leaders, could take the onus to making this place a better place and developed, I don't think young people will be so discouraged that when you bring about these national conversations, that they have a stake and they have a part to play, and they are just dismissive every time. I think it's because of the lack of confidence in government. So I will appreciate that, like I said before, I will appreciate that this process continues so that we get to the bottom of it. But at the same time, we have to be very take time. We have to be very take time, because this country is a very small country. We all are almost interrelated. What we are experiencing, we don't need rocket science to understand the justification of actions coming from other Liberians who think that Madam Vice President is being treated wrongly, and other people who may think that Madam Vice President should face the law. So all we need to do is to bring down the tension, because, for instance, if it is true that Madam Vice President is culpable, in every reasonable mind, when the pieces of evidence to have her convicted by the courts, what do you expect from me, Junkies Morris, and what will you expect from Sylvester Pee and Honorable Johnny Ndebi and Abraham Toure? Once we are seeing the facts, once we have the facts, we will definitely encourage her imprisonment. But where we are now, it has to do with investigation. Until proving beyond all reasonable doubt where we are, Madam Joy Howard Taylor is not a criminal. Madam Joy Howard Taylor is just accused, and she needs to vindicate herself before the law. And we hope that she recuperates in the soonest possible time to get back at the police authority and subsequently the court to exonerate herself. She's a Liberian. She's entitled to all of those constitutional privileges and rights given to every Liberian, to include those in authority. So she is also protected. Our eyes are open. We are not blind. Our ears are also with the authorities to make sure that we come to a logical conclusion regarding this drug issue. Because mind you, if we will not wait for the laws, we will be jumping the gun. We could be made shame at the end of the day if the investigation prove otherwise to our arguments.
Okay.
So we need to give the investigation a chance, and we encourage the police and all of our security apparatus to exercise high level of discipline and professionalism in exercising and carrying out their duty to make this place a secure and peaceful environment.
Okay. I will come back to you quick to take a few calls. That would Johnny just joined us. He's been in and out. I think he's been facing some technical issue now. I think he's finally back. Johnny, welcome. We've been discussing some issues. I know you're following those stories very, very religiously, and you should even know maybe you're hearing some things that we haven't heard from this end. So, what are you hearing from the people of Lofa about the arrest of one of their daughters, and also what are you hearing from the ground?
Thank you.
Are they saying? What are they saying? Oh, their uncle arrested their niece and other things. So, why did you coming out of Lofa here?
Yeah, man. But thank you for holding on the show. Let me appreciate all our listeners and viewers. And I will not be regular because of my current engagement, but once in a while I will come on. So I'm sorry for being out for a long time. The situation is shocking. In fact, with the news outbreak and what I've gathered from people from our home, from Lofa and other parts of the country, everyone is shocked. Everyone is kind of concerned. And to some level, most people are in doubt. They are in doubt to the extent that they do not expect such, capitalization of the lady's, image to be involved with such thing. And so that is the perspective and view of most people in the country. So if you right now you do besides we won't be political, we won't be the way they want to be, but just on a general and objective level, most people see it as this is not true, man. Because knowing who Madam Joy Howard Taylor is, knowing what she has been doing, what she's been, what have been your concern, even following her statements, her public utterances regarding crime, social cohesion, and the rest of it. So most people kind of like, even for me, when I heard about it that morning, and they felt that was wrong. We were in the car, and somebody who I know very well, and the EPS guy that was on the phone calling and having conversation with his bosses about what was happening. And so I just thought for a while, I said, well, this is strange, but I mean, coming back to my opinion, Pee-wee, I would really be happy to see this case go to court and let the court be as transparent as possible so that it will help to elevate our judicial system in this country to the extent that public trust in the governance, in the rule of law, which has to do with the judicial system is low. So how do we build public trust in this system? It is unfortunate that this prominent Liberian lady is caught into this situation. But looking at the charges I heard about, I think 5 or 6 charges, right? Or junkies.
3. I saw 3.
Right. Well, because when I first heard about it, when the Minister of Justice spoke, I think it was somewhere around 5 or 6 charges. And I mean, listening to those charges, looking at the situation on the ground, just looking at the face value of how things look like, I rather want the case to go to court.
I saw criminal solicitation, money laundering, and criminal facilitation.
So maybe they are reducing now. Because at that time they were talking about trafficking in drug transportation, and a lot of things were the name, on the core. I think were maybe around 5 or 6 charges they had against them. But I would rather want the case to go to court, and I rather hope that they can make it speedily, fast track it, and they can make the case to be live on all media or entities as much as possible, so the public can view it and follow and see how the case will go. Because, like I said, there's an issue of public trust. This case, the way it will be handled, can rebuild trust in the public. I mean, in the government or in the system, not in the government, in the system, and be told that when you go to court, you can have your day. Because, frankly, from my own perspective, I'm hearing from the same, discussion from around the corridors of the security sector that, evidences are around phone calls that were made between an individual and a lady, and it is those phone calls that they are using as watertight evidence. Phone calls, so. For me, I want to see how the prosecution will use phone call as an evidence to prosecute somebody for drug trafficking, drug exportation, drug importation, and the rest of it. And like I heard junkie now, they're saying criminal facilitation, criminal conspiracy, criminal deal. I think they're trying to reduce it now so that they can have a little bit of ground based on what they're talking about, telephone, telephone calls. But on my view, my personal, they don't have evidence. Then you can try the case and apologize. But the case, if the state know they have evidence, the state should go through this matter and let the case come up and end with a logical conclusion, so that the public can see how our judicial system, how our criminal justice system is working, and to the extent that no one's above the law, no one can be excused if the person is suspected or charged with a criminal offense. Right now, she's considered an accused because I believe the state have charged her. The police have gone through her statements and gone through what they have as evidence, and they have charged her. I mean, today they would have taken her today to the court to arraign her to the court, and then the court would have remanded her to go to central prison, because we understand that the drug law does not have is not bailable. So if the drug law is not bailable, that means when you are accused of drug offense or criminal offense, then you have to be kept at the central prison and come for trial until your case can end. Well, unfortunately, we heard that she has some medical problem and she's taken to a hospital for treatment. And we wish her well, that she can recover from the medical situation and go through them. I mean, brace the storm, madam. Don't let you guys break you down. Don't let this thing happen to you. You are a Nanswa Coco. You control men. By the names they gave her from Bon County. And I learned a lot about this lady, Nanswa Coco. One of her grandson was a paramount chief in that place. A few years back, I worked with him in Bon County. He told me a lot about this woman. Right now I even have photos of Madame Sokoko that were taken sometime in late 1990, maybe 40s or 50s, somewhere around there, way back. So Madame Sokoko, Madame Joy Howatilla, this name they gave you traditionally, it means you are a woman of substance, woman of resilience, woman of strength. Do not allow this thing to break you down. Once you know you are not involved, you have nothing to do with this thing, and you can defend yourself, stand up, to the issues. and stand as a woman. This is the opportunity for her to prove herself as a strong lady. She should not break down. I'm hoping and praying that she can recover and go and face the guys in court and be able to prove herself now guilty. And that this is a turning point in her life. I see it as a turning point in this woman's life. That she will prove herself, and the state will see, the Brempo will see, the African continent will see her, the global community will see her, they will see what she's made out of. So I'm personally, like I said, Pee and AB and Junkies, I think all we want to do is caution the state to allow the very free and transparent trial. I'm saying it because there is a high perception that the system is corrupt. There's a high perception that the system is corrupt. So to defeat that perception that the system is corrupt, let's do everything as much as possible transparent. Like I said, I would like our case to be open to the public. It should be televised to some extent. I mean, to a larger extent, it should be televised. So those who do not in Monrovia, like in other parts of the world, or even in other parts of Monrovia, other parts of Liberia, they can have access to the trial and follow it. This will be a landmark case for women in Liberia. And I also want to caution women. The women solidarity. It's not about going to say she should be, she should not be tried. Stand with her, let her stand with her to give her the courage to face justice, to face the people. I mean, we have what old money, Gloria Scott had a case here. He was found guilty. When Mr. President President Boga came to power, he freed her. Right? He freed her from there. But her case is different from Joy Howard Taylor's case. I just bringing it in so people listen to what I'm saying. But Gloria Scott case is different from Joy Howard Taylor's case. So my initial assertion is that the madam should be strong to stand up to these people. I know how she feels right now. Whatever is going in her mind, whatever has happened to her, she should not give up. She should stand up like a woman with substance. She's from Yela. Yela is a warrior town. She should not allow herself to fall. She's from Yela. This town is a renowned traditional town in Lofa. In fact, between Lofa and Guinea. It has link to Guinea, it has link to Liberia in Lofa. So Lele should not sit back and let people come and play on her. If she knows that she's not involved with this thing, they're trying to incriminate her by the way, let her stand up to it. Let her stand up to them and face justice. Yeah.
Yeah. But also considering the psychological decline that she been going through psychosomatically since the loss of her son, don't you think it is something too that we have to break her down?
That is why right now, if we can find mental health practitioners, because I mean this is a justice issue. I mean they will not say because she's bereaved, she just lost her only son, and so she's been left off the hook. You know how many people in national prison that even have worse case than her, that not even had the first day to stay in court to even listen to the charges or listen to go to trial. Do you know how many people? You know how many people in Nassau Beach on a pre-trial detention situation status that will never face justice? One day they get there because nobody can talk for them, nobody can go and even put them up for bail. You know, people that are in national prison that are there because they are there on offenses that are bearable, but because they don't have the means of even file the bond to be out there in national prison. There are many there. And some of them are there, parents, they stay in there, their parents pass, they stay in there, their relatives die. So for her, what I can encourage her to do is all of those who are sympathizing with her, they can find mental health practitioner, mental health person, go there and build her courage. Prepare her mentally for this thing. She need that.
So from my end, I should be leaving.
Oh yeah, it's 11 p.m. now.
Yeah. So good night. We'll be here on tomorrow.
Okay.
All right, Johnny. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Good night. So basically, Johnny, from that perspective, yeah, and that's one of the reasons I'm saying, because now that the charges have been brought against her, the only thing to do now is to stand strong and fight them. If you know you're not guilty, you fight those charges. Now, and again, what are we hearing? These are all speculations. The Liberian government is relying on the telephone conversation allegedly. She and one I know Sheikh Bashiri Conte also. If that's the case, if you are plenty whatsoever, we don't know the details of that. So we look forward to getting to the details of it. But I will not call on the government to not weaponize the judiciary to target opposition. But if this is done in good faith, if she's violated anything, if there's something we don't know that they know, they can bring this and use it against her in court. And if she's guilty, then the law will have to take its course. But if it is a kind of a weaponization, I think then we had a serious problem. That's what.
Yeah, but people. This is where the justice administrators, Ministry of Justice, the security agencies, in the policing science, they will tell you that it's a very good, nice statement of phrase. It says every action of a law enforcement officer should be legally based. Every action. They didn't say some. Every action of a law enforcement officer should be legally based. Everything you do must be legal, because that also leaves you when it comes to the criminal matter, criminal justice system. When you begin to follow a criminal offense, and the first instant is to collect evidence, because you know that at the end of the day, you go to court, which is the second layer of the criminal justice system. So preparing for court tells you that in preparing yourself for criminal prosecution, the police, that is the first line of crime evidence gathering in crime or criminal offense, has to make sure that every evidence you collect must have legal basis, legal backing to support it. Because the theory is that if you go to court on a criminal offense and you can produce 1 million criminal evidences, even if one is not proven beyond all reasonable doubt, the case will go against the state. And the rationale behind that is because the state is like the 5.2 million Liberian people, 5.1999 of us, million people of us, are the one going against her, against that one person. That means we have all the resources. We have the money, we have everything to prosecute a woman or the individual who is in the criminal offense, in that, the general concept. So if that person, if you, with all the resources you got, cannot prove your criminal offenses to your evidence, and doubt is created, then it goes in favor of the accused. You understand? So, and just from the way we see things happening, that's why I keep saying I really want to see it go to court. I really want to see it. I mean, I'm really hoping that I go to court. It be open to the public. We see what will happen. We see the prosecution producing the evidence. We see the defense counteracting. I mean, it'll be a very good drama. It's just like, people say, oh yeah, Lele, she's a high profile person, going to stay in central prison will be diminished. But yeah, that's all got available. So maybe through this thing, it will help us to even improve the prison facility, right? Because people are putting in the country that to go to jail means punishment. I mean, beat the team and go for trial doesn't take all your rights away from you. The state keeps your basic fundamental rights. I say with you. All I'm taking away from you is your liberty to go outside and do other things. You remain in there, you'll be fed, you'll be taken care of. If you got health issue, you go to court at time. That should be the way it should work. So my own is, this one case is a landmark case. It may be a stepping stone to improve our justice system, improve our judicial system, improve our rehabilitation system. Maybe because of her, we improve the women's cell or the women's department at the central prison. Because I went there last year or so to see one lady that was detained there again for something that was illegal. I mean, that was so, just because they were using power on her. And I went there to see her at that time, working with the Carter Center, want to gather information on her being there. And now my father seeing Central President going to see the women department, women's section. I mean, from what I saw there, I mean, it was, something that need to be improved upon. So, but let me say to you, Pee Wee, is about this. Now, if the current administration does not allow the public to believe that this is a judicial matter, and allow to go in a political in a way, I think it will not be a good optic for the current regime. And for Liberian society, I see us now, I see the country now in a way that CDC, UP, and I'm going to think that, look, if for any reason 2029 UP comes to power, I mean CDC come back to power, what do you think will be happening in this country? Because right now, I put all around say, oh, UP, I mean, CDC were in power, they were liberal, the king in power, they didn't prosecute anybody from Union Party for anything like corruption, and so that means Union Party 12 years in power, nothing they did wrong to the country, they didn't commit any crime, any offense against the state, right? So some people are telling the public that CDC did not, exercise her power to prosecute people from the Union Party. And the Union Party argument could be, well, we did nothing wrong, right? So now, the political side of this is that the CDC guys that think that they are the one targeted through the drug issue, right? That they think that through the drug issue is causing all the embarrassment. They might be able to now rehabilitate their system to be able to come out of power, and that will not be a good thing for Liberia. Because I can, in my mind, I may be wrong, Pee Wee, if the CDC happens to win election 2029, I'm afraid it will not be small thing here. I mean, I may be wrong. I really won't be wrong, because I won't see anything happen in the country that will like real disturbance or real, rigid and vigorous, criminal trial going on here. I mean, of course, if people committed crime in the state, the government has the right, have the opportunity to do that. But from the way going on the political space, I see it will appear like a payback. And payback between UP and CDC does not help Liberia. It will not grow Liberia. It will not improve Liberia. Look, we may say this here. Since the late part of February, early March, when the rain started in Lofa, across the country, Lofa County, I'm speaking for Lofa County for now. In the Bandi region, around the Kolahun region, 5 public schools were destroyed from heavy storm. The children did not continue school. So that time, the people had to use private houses that were half built with empty rooms to move the students that go to school to end the school year. The school year has ended. We are about to resume school in the next 3 to 4 weeks. Those public schools have not been touched. One piece of zinc, one nail has not been provided to renovate those schools for the kids to go out of school. In those 5 towns in the
do we not have we do have a county education officer or district education officer?
I can tell you,
the Minister of Education.
I got involved with this matter when I was there in March, in Lofa in March. I mean, just 2-3 days ago, I was online with a meeting. I'm from the both Bandi and Loma background. So all the organizations are part of it. I get involved. We discuss how we can build community in addition to what the government is doing. Right? We just had a meeting 2 days ago. Those 5 schools. I was engaged with the district education officer, the county education officer. I think you know him on UA campus, the one John Sally. He is a county education officer. He even came to me in Fonjima we discussed. He sent technicians to go and do the assessment on the schools. He has a full report. A report has gone to the government, Ministry of Education. He has even written some international educational partners like the Plan Liberia people to help. I mean, I understand Plan indicated that their current budget year was already tight, so they couldn't go beyond their budget expenditure until the next budget year they can make some allotment for that. But the state, the government, in Lofa, in Kolahun district, in the Kolahun district, those 5 towns, the schools were destroyed from heavy storm and rain. Up the current, they are not being rebuilt. And I guess there are many schools around, many public schools around that may have experienced such situation today that they have not been addressed yet. I mean, I'm getting a little bit from this drug discussion. Say there are very important issues, and it still depends on the young people's preparedness for tomorrow. We are all going away in the next 20, 30 years from now. All I'm speaking here will be old people will be gone from the stage. The children today that are 10 to 12 years old, that are growing in the primary school and thing, they will take after us. How are we preparing them for tomorrow? You understand? How are we preparing them for tomorrow? We can making big talk to the public in Moravia, talk beating on paper, show improvement on paper, but practically on the ground, we cannot see those improvements. I mean, you know, like yesterday, I was listening to you guys when my brother Sandy was on the show talking about some things. That's why I called. I don't know if you got the message. The question I asked when you're talking about this FOIA project, and he said it's coming, and you know, so my question I was asking, I called to ask was, when did they launch that project? When did they do the groundbreaking ceremony? People, in your mind, as a diplomat, as a public servant, when the state is about to launch a major project, don't they do groundbreaking event?
They will.
Yeah, that Menacoma Road have gotten groundbreaking more than 10 times, I can say. From Tobota, they did groundbreaking. Dota, groundbreaking. My early in the day, she did groundbreaking for Menacoma Road because it don't in bits and pieces. She said, what kind of power? He too had done groundbreaking again from Sarajevo to Konya. Then I guess from Konya to Vonyama, they'll do groundbreaking. I mean, so to the extent that you can do groundbreaking at that level, so you were building that kind of multi-billion-dollar project in FOIA, and you say it's the original thing. You don't think it will be a program where you will invite delegates from those 2 other countries, or even from the 3 other countries, because some Cote d'Ivoire is part of the MRU? You don't think even right Moravia, the ECOWAS office in Moravia would have been present for that groundbreaking ceremony? So I didn't telling us that we don't know. We all of us our head as if some people's heads are bad or are bare down to the ground. Some of us our heads are up, looking up to the skies, the unlimited skies. Anyway, that's what I want to say yesterday. I want to call the guy. I want to find out, when did the government break ground? Government got broke ground for this road building from Bow Waterside. I mean, coming from St. Paul Bridge, going to Cape Mount, all the way to Bow Waterside, and then from Clay to Tomenbread. They broke ground for that. They broke ground. Can you imagine 2 years back, just to do reconditioning of the road in FOIA? That's the paving the road in FOIA. When Thomas Fowler and Sir Joseph went there for one occasion, they went there. They made President Bokar to break ground there. So why? So I want to know, when did they break ground for that presidential palace in that place that they say is a government initiative? When that government building, almost all public officers responsible, they could not make any kind of clear statement. They always say, well, go ahead, Minister of State. You are Prime Minister, and the Minister of State. You are the person. Only later, then they said I heard that saying, you know, that was when he responded to what that question was purely deceptive. We hear people then talking about this. We had to wait and let them talk, and then we'll come back later on and provide. Look at that. So you want to tell me that one of you all don't want to go to school? All people are going to got reasoning in them too. So they should know that we are following what is happening here. We are following them meticulously. We may not be as loud as what other people are, but we got notebook. We take note every day on what's happening in this country. And we all have connections. Look at the issue to the border with Guinea. That's a serious issue. That's a serious integrity and serious sovereignty issue. And people, you know, as a diplomat, when 2 countries have an issue over a border situation, the first thing is you go to status first. Remember where you were before. Then we'll discuss the issue. So Guinea crossed the water and came on our side, raised the flag. Civilian Liberian men went there, fought them back, opposed to their activity, and raised a Liberian flag. We all honor them, we hail them. Liberians everywhere, call God patriots. On that Thursday, I remember I was on my way towards Lofa, and the military were leaving from here to go there to go. All I started when I saw the transit fan, our army going to go provide protection for our border. I wasn't expecting our army to go fight, but there was no war going on. Just deploy and create presence too, create deterrence, right? Okay, that did not happen. Okay, that's fine. The army went, and stopped in from Jema, and that is why it is. That's why it is. And they knew how to do the deployment. That was it. And I managed to get to the border myself and saw that place. So how people look, it looks so fearful at the time, called like war zone. Then recently during the rain, the river got flooded. The space that you guys were sitting across the Brent border side, they've been there for the last 3 or 4 months. When it came, they realized that the place was flooded. They were brave to come up towards where our security personnel are and tell them, when you guys to go back. People just that to put that in mind, to just for the Guinean army personnel to think that they should go and tell our men to go back. Think about that, people. Let's think about that as Liberians. Let's think, why should the Guineans who already occupy our space? We are discussing how to get you guys back. You come, you have an obstacle to where you were. Then you decide that you will walk to us and tell us go back. People think about that. People think. What you think in their mind? How do they see us to be? For me, in that instance, these guys have they have dropped us. We are below their standard. That's what they're telling us. That you guys are nothing. We can move on your own time. To move, you will move. First, he did the wrong thing to us. Okay, for peace sake, we left you, we came back, waiting for our government to interact with our people to resolve the matter. Then you come and see your guy post flooded and uncomfortable, and you decide to come further into me and say, go back. That's matter of being the fair inferior to our men. And if you don't give your men superior presence, superior look, the opposite people on that side will not respect you. That's what I tell you, even in the policing, the way you appear as a police officer, the way you dress, the way you appear, it deters the criminals. It deters people who are suspect around them. Your presence, your physical presence. You know why the beginning around here, don't boys, when people commit crime, when they see police, they can jump out to go fight police, they can jump police, because the way our police appear first. Just the physical appearance. It can encourage anybody that want to join them to fight, because they didn't see fear in them, they didn't see authority in them. They don't see them looking at the guy authority. So we have to make our police officers, our personnel, whether military, paramilitary personnel, appear feared, appear respected, appear with authority. You understand? Yeah. So, I mean, all the drug issue, it will go down. We'll fight it. We'll fight it. And I'm hoping that, I really hope that by this time, my young brother and friend, Gregory Kuma, would have just recused himself from all the allegations, all the suspicion. I mean, recuse yourself. Because, look, Pee-wee, when the criminal is about to commit crime to your house, the first person looking for, because the first person in that way as obstacle is a watchman or your dog. You believe that?
Of course.
When the criminal wants to come to your place, they come to access the place, they want to penetrate your area, they can't commit crime, they want to steal from your place. They're looking for what are the potential obstacles in your way. So let's go back to the drug issue. If this thing called cocaine, that is the internationally lucrative drug business, cocaine and the next of the highest and the higher terms. And we know from all the international information gathering, reading literature and things about drug business. Look, are we involved in are people who are also intelligent? They could also even be former security personnel, former officers, former medical personnel from any other place that could fund the kind of group and be doing drugs. I got money. So imagine these guys, either from Colombia or wherever, want to pass drug through Liberia and go to other place. Who you think will be the obstacle first? They'll be analyzing. They'll be doing analyzing situation, insecurity science, analyze situation, analyze the threat. So in the analysis, who do you think is the first obstacle they will see in that way if they want to pass through drug through Liberia or go somewhere? Who do you think will see that as the first obstacle? Pee-wee? Let's discuss it objectively now. I'm not accusing anybody. I can make a scenario. If a man want to come steal from you, and one can steal from your house, and the first thing they want to do is, what are the potential obstacles that will be in your way that they can remove before they can steal from you? So the drug guys know they're committing crime. Mm-hmm. Right? The drug guys know they're committing crime. So if they want to pass drug to Liberia, which group of people you think will be the first? Why it will be the obstacle in that way? They will analyze as the obstacle in that way.
Will be basically the security apparatus.
The watchman, Pee-wee. Don't say the watchman. The watchman.
Yeah.
If you got watchman to your house, the man can break to your house. The watchman is the first obstacle. If you got a dog, your dog is the first obstacle. You gotta first try to eliminate the dog from you first. The thing happened to my case here a few years back. I used to have my puppies and dogs I used to raise here. Before they ever attend to come sleep in my house, they will always fight my dogs. I remember once on that thing, I fought my dog, and they killed the dog. They took the dog away. And I didn't take cue quickly. In the next week, they attacked my house. I left and went out to go away in the field. They broke through my house. That trauma have been on my wife for the last almost how many years? Imagine people broke through your house and enter your wife lying in bed. And with machetes and things on her. Demanding the money that she got, this and that. Where they stay in my house, changed their clothes, wore shoes, wore sneakers, and left all the old things here and went out. You understand? So if we make a scenario about drug that is a very, very concern, to people, and somebody wants to pass that drug to your country, and they got to do analysis to see what are the potential obstacles in their way. The first obstacle they will see in their way is the security system. How do we beat the system? How do we beat the system down? How do we neutralize the security system to allow the penetrate with our materials? Of course, that would be something we'll be looking out for. And obviously, our security system will be the first way attack. Not the way attack. So if I were to be here for the police and such thing happen, it's already my fault. And by way of, I should not allow it to happen. It happen. I will write the president, Mr. President. I want to recuse myself so we can do a transparent and forensic audit, security audit of the system. Even if it involves me filing a check, that would build public trust. It will build public trust in the system. But to see, and right now I say, right now to be very frank, the public person now is so bad. Right now, Gregory goes anywhere in public. Nobody got enough for him. They're posting him as an old man, the man covering up the man that they pay. So if I were him, I would recuse myself. Mr. President, I can't be here.
He won't. He won't last him. Even if he force inside, they would once I'm not clear. The only thing basically I'm going to get him out is for the president to take a decision. Other than that, we're going to be in the same cycle for a very long time. And
people when the first time I broke on 119 million that king, my first time I made on this show was if I were the president, I would suspend all the security heads and the deputies and let them stay in the country. Nobody leader ever stay in the country. I appoint a neutral security team and ask for international expert work to conduct the investigation. That's what you do to build trust in your system. Because first of all, you sit down, you the boss, sit down and think, well, okay, they put arrested drug. But how do people think to pass through the drug here? Who can leverage in this place here? Who does security man can walk day and night in the town, free? Security man move a car around with a license plate. Get right by with a helmet. Nobody will ask you why you driving by with a helmet. Why you driving car with a license plate? Security men driving a car, they get in the traffic congested, they post a ring on and they go, they beat the traffic and go. Nobody stops them. But we, the other people driving, traffic congested, we will remain there. Remain traffic on, they will drive through and go out. So these are all conditions that we begin to analyze, one by one, and connecting and say, look, the likelihood is these drug guys will want to penetrate through our security system because we have the leverage. And there'll be so many information coming out about how police officers police vehicle providing escort. You remember 2009 or 10 doing anything? A police vehicle were arrested where drugs coming from Saudi border in 2009.
Yeah, the escort one. Let me welcome Sarah. Sarah, you in the back or you?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm listening.
Welcome. I will be leaving today. Maybe you just join us because we're planning to leave by 7:30, but we'll push it to a little bit, at least 7:45 or 7:50. Leave on time today. But go ahead. You just join us. We've been discussing this Madam Taylor thing. I think that there was some report that some partisan of the CDC were in support of her today somewhere around the police headquarters and all those things. and they said she's not doing well. She was taken to a local hospital.
Right.
And, and there's been some speculations on some CDC passionate opposition, other independent people suggesting that she may have been injected with some strange substance and the rest of that. but I was, from my perspective, trying to dismiss that other thing. But what's your reading for what is happening today?
Well, thank you so much, Pee Wee. I want to say, Johnny, long time see you. How you doing?
Yeah, my guy. Yeah, I'm managing myself here.
Yeah, I know, got money, all that. But the updates today with the former vice president's situation looks very, very bad for the government. It looks absolutely horrible for the government. I know they try to say it's rule of law and this and that, but they did not give her due process. They did not, first of all, issue her a warrant, okay, which according to lawyers she was supposed to receive. She did not get that. They treated her like a criminal. So around her car. I mean, we all saw here. We saw when the other guys were arrested or indicted. We didn't see all that. We didn't see them treating Bianco or whatever the guy name is from LDE. We didn't see them treating them like that. For them to treat a former vice president like she's some kind of a criminal who was running away from a crime, this has a very bad uptake on their part. Very bad uptake. And they're passing around thinking, and we all know, you and I know that $3.17 billion drugs and the $19.2 billion drugs that came in the country was not perpetrated by Joe Howard Taylor. It was not. It was their police cars that escorted those drugs into our country. Their police cars. Gabriel Cuomo is on record of saying that he received $10,000 from Johnny Bolladino or whatever his name is, and gave the guy back $2,000 from the cartel money. He needs to recuse himself from this investigation. Nobody is looking at him as a credible source. It is only the United Party people that are looking at him. Any objective person, even from outside of our political spectrum, will look at him as being very conflicted. And they're running around talking about, the United States is involved in this. The United States is not in charge of the investigation. The United States is only working with what they gave them. If the United States was in charge of this investigation, Henry Cuomo will not be in a position right now. He would not be, because they would have asked the first thing for him, giving all the evidence they have seen, or they would have seen, they would tell you, say, my man, step aside. You conflicted. But they're making it to look like the United States, the United States is helping with the investigation. No. Why you're giving, you're investigating yourself. Why you're giving the United States, that's what they're working with. They're not in charge of it. We saw the Crow report and other report when the CDC government invited those people, they took charge of the investigation. And they made a report. That is not the same case with these guys, with this cartel investigation. They are assisting, they are supporting, but you guys are in charge. So you control the narratives, what you want them to know or what you want to give them. You are not fool out here. So, Pee Wee, it was a very bad uptake for the government today. And I pray that the former vice president will be okay. That's my prayer for her, because we heard that her blood pressure went up and she was taken to the hospital and this and that. God forbid. If by any, God forbid, I know it will not happen, that something happens to the former vice president, United Party, it will be squarely on them, because they did not treat her fairly. And I know it will not happen. She will be okay. Thank you.
Okay. But another point quickly, Johnny, we will be signing up. Then we'll go back to Syria. We'll be closing in the next maybe about 7:45. Thereabout. Another point is that today the government library received the first batch. We're discussing that. They said that I was trying to get some information, but we're trying to see if we could get some Ministry of Foreign Affairs folks to talk to them. Since, by the matter of fact, we will receive the deputy minister again next Wednesday. If that is the case, we hope to look into that also. But the government received 20 persons today, not deportees. These were people that basically were seeking asylum here. but were not granted. And but again, the U.S. Wanted them out of this the sort of the United States, and looking for third party countries, and Liberia is one of those countries. The first country I think the second or so first country that's accepting this in Africa, and the first batch of 20 arrived there today. Do you think is this a smart move on the part of Liberia? It will get some diplomatic sort of reward for the country moving forward?
The first thing when I heard about, okay, let's say the guys that came today, or the first batch, is comprised of people who are asylum seekers from other countries to the U.S. and they did not qualify for the asylum, and the U.S. giving them a third country. What is the U.S. policy on giving asylum seekers who are not qualified, but they providing them third country to stay? What is that policy? Are they telling us that they're going to bring them to Liberia and they will take care of them while they are here? Or just come to dump them like some dump site and you forget about them? I don't know all the details. I don't know whether the foreign ministry got all the information, but that will tell us what those details are. But the other part of it also I'm concerned about is if these people are coming to Liberia as deportees, so they should be coming. First of all, they should send Liberian government, send us their profile.
Not deportees. They are not coming as deportees.
So okay, 1 minute now, Pee-wee. So the entire 1,200 coming as asylum seekers.
Yeah, they were seeking asylum. They were seeking asylum here, and they don't want them. So but they can send them back to their home country because of fear of some retribution or so, basically. So they would prefer going to a third country.
Okay, so Pee-wee, if I left Liberia to seek asylum in the U.S. and I gave my reasons why I'm seeking asylum in the U.S.
Yes.
And it's already known that I don't want to go to America to seek asylum and want to live there, is to get greener pasture, to experience the American dream. So if you cannot send a person back to their country, that you think they will not be safe there, and you cannot keep them in your country, right? And you say they are not criminals. Well, you got fear that your country already got problem with migration. You want to bring them to Liberia for example. So the people here, America is a country of humanitarian assistance. So if you bring them here, what are those programs that you be giving them here to benefit? Because Liberia is a poor country. That means I'm sitting here, my agency has closed, I'm out of job, I'm looking for a job.
I haven't read any details quickly before we go to Syria. I haven't read anything about that, but what I listened to Ture say. I just want to say one thing on this. I learned Ture was saying something on this that, and I'm trying to research that, looking at some areas, so but I think I'll get some of the details that there should be something of $120-something million given. There will be different program, but $5 million of such will be going to some program for their rehabilitation to resettle rather, and I don't know, but I think should the government tell the Liberian people the details surrounding their coming?
They should, Pee-wee. They should. Government is accountable to us. They didn't go there on their own. It is our sovereignty we took and give to them. We went vote and said, be our leaders, take care of us, manage us, be accountable to us. So they must inform us through our legislators, through the legislature, right? And inform them. They in return must come to us in our various constituencies and inform us. Then the president, as a president that we elected to generally, must make a public statement, a nation address to us. And not only waiting for December or January to make a statement to us, must come online and talk to us. Even come to the same drug issue. By this time, I expect the president to have start people speaking at the bureau in those sections of information ministry. The president, as the head of state and chief of security for us, knowing the danger of drug in this country, must come up now and have a public statement, say something to so we can build trust in the system. It is him we are looking up to. I don't care how much Jamila Pia speaks, how much Mr. Joseph talks. If we don't hear from the president, it's a problem. And that's our leadership structure in this country. Even the very US there, Pee-wee, you see that when serious thing happening, the American president comes to speak to the people. Even in the state, the governor will speak. In the state, the state mayor will speak to you on the issue unfolding. Don't say that the police go talk. You know, the police will make a statement based on what they are doing, but the governor will speak to the people. The mayor will speak to the people. So here, the same way, our president must speak to us and tell us all the issues. Why have they agreed with America? They bring in 1,000 people in the country. Where would they be living? Where would they stay? How do we stay here? What is their status? Which country are they from? Prepare us to receive them as our brothers and sisters. But if you don't do that, you're coming, just say, oh, go son. People giving, oh, I know 1 million or 2 million, whatever million they're giving us. Because look, Liberia is so cheap, we are go for anything.
I'm telling you.
You know, going back, going back, Pee-wee, I just read about a few weeks ago, Africa Business Insider found it online. This guy, the young man in Burkina Faso, is raising 1 billion every month out of the gold in his country. 1 billion every month. 1 billion every month. Our foundation with you, I read that. I was like, chill. I said, but we got go, and we give you a go all with 3% royalty. But you don't concern us. That's why we are begging. We can negotiate for 3 million, 10 million, 100 million, which is a big money. The young man is raising 1 billion every month. The report on Burkina Faso, 6 months, mid-year report is $6 billion from January to July to June. $6 billion the water board raised. To the extent that in your country, all of the mineral money, that gold money area, the state work with the local people to form them into cooperative so they can then get their equipment to mine, and then the state will arrange how do we sell their gold and community get share and the state get share. What are we doing here? Go to the southeast. Go to the southeast. Go and see the illegal money in the southeast of gold. Who you see the Chinese, Malians, or Ghanaians? So my brother, our country is gradually being turned into a place where we can do anything here. You go scot-free. I mean, the drug issue is important, very, very important for us to address. But this issue you just brought, but these people here. So how prepared are we to receive them? Pee-wee?
Okay.
How prepared are we?
Yeah, let me just chime in quickly.
You saw the arrival today, and that's what I'm saying. The integration. How are we expected? What do you want the Liberian people to say? Because they're going to be reintegrated in the country, and according to some of the term conditions, they said they can leave anytime. I don't know. So then, what was the reason you took them to Liberia?
I don't know. I mean, the thing here is the whole operation over there is just the Liberian government, the UP government is only after the money. They don't care about the well-being of the Liberian people, amongst whom these people are coming to be in the midst. They don't care. Because first of all, before the
let's put it this way. Let's agree that you are the president of Liberia, and then if you want to cement good ties with the United States government, would you have done that if it was your government?
No,
because if this going to be the cause, the United States government will open up to you and do some great things for you. And every country in the world, even the powerful country, the European country, want to be friendly with this country.
Right.
You have done that as president.
I agree. Well, the thing is, before you do that, you have to explain this to the Liberian people, and you have to be sure. We have African countries that refuse this. There are African countries that refuse this offer, regardless of the money. But they were not going to do it because at the end of the day, they don't want to put their country or their citizens in jeopardy. So as a president, you have to think about that first. You owe it to your people first before you owe it to the United States or to anybody for that matter. And I'm proud of those nations that refuse it for whatever reason they have a valid reason for doing that. And for us, our president was supposed to let the Liberian people know, lay everything down before the table so they can see and understand what kind of people they are being. It's not wrong to integrate people because we ourselves keep in the people country. They open the country to us. We keep here. So if our country is able to receive other people, that's okay. But what kind of people are coming there? In this very America we are the people, they scrutinize people here. They scrutinize people. They don't just allow anybody in the country. So what is the status of these people that are coming back into our country? This is the big question. This is the big question. And the Liberian people are kept in darkness. They don't know. Do they know? Johnny, do you know? Did they explain anything to the Liberian people?
I'm not heard it yet.
Thank you. So this is the problem. They do everything hush, hush, hush because of the money. We don't even know how much the Liberian government is going to be getting from the United States government for these people's well-being. Liberian people don't know. But then when you say it, they come underneath the post and start insulting you as if to say they are more Liberian than you. It's all
Oh
about
yeah,
the
so
of our people.
classes in. They're creating classes in here now. Classes in, so that only people who belong to certain party are considered the best Liberians. Those from other side are not considered Liberians.
When you're talking, they want to
But
come
it's
insult and act like they're more Liberian than you. You're not more Liberian than anybody else. Every one of us have our opinion. We're entitled to it. We have a right to speak to the welfare of our people. You don't have any right to tell me anything. I don't have any right to tell you anything. You don't come and censor me or shut me down. The president he took oath to protect our people. So if anybody is coming, 100 or 1,200 people coming to the country, he has that right to explain to the Liberian people the status of these people, what kind of people coming back to our country. So these people to get are these drug dealers? Are these people who got criminal background? All of these things. What if they come and make our country worse or make the situation worse? What will you guys say? And you come here to come be insulting people. You think somebody care for your insult? I mean, the Liberian people think better. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, we're talking about concluding. Maybe you left. You just left. You wanna eat the pasu?
Mama, I got an 8 months old now. So when the man is telling me, like, I don't like to bring him on camera, and I don't.
Oh, okay. No. You can't bring on. No, yeah, you can't do that. Yeah. So basically, we started discussing. We today's almost. We were thinking about closing it up around the next couple of minutes. We said 45, but it's almost 45. So we just using the occasion of the close. So we'll start with you.
Oh yeah. So again, this is some of the things when I come here and talk, people say, "Oh, you talking for the government, or you blah 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 blah." But I just, I also don't like to come like a moral judge when it comes to these kind of topics. Every time we discuss it. But the truth of the matter is, the government of Liberia, the president has been speaking to us about everything through his people he trusted at these various positions. So you don't necessarily have to come here, have the president himself telling you every day. Then what you put it for? We work in government, for time. And you will bear witness here that the president speaks, but he speaks through the people. Now, for example, depending on what's going on in the country, for example, the whole Joao thing, a lot of people expect the president to come and talk. No, he's not coming to talk because whatever he says could lure people into thinking that, he's trying to like speak for or speak against. So this is not what he's talking about, right? For example, one thing I had a person accountable for to speak on that I felt disappointed was the border issue. Mr. President, that's you right there. What's all you? Because this is something that, the thing about the people coming to Liberia, you want a person coming on, you want a person to come and sit down on microphone and tell you how many people come, like everything the government, that person will come and tell you. So I've maintained that most of these people, most of the things that happen in the government, I think everything the person come and talk about, oh, this is what's going on, himself talking about it, he trusted people for a reason. The people coming to Liberia, in as much as Liberians are saying, oh yeah, as a matter of fact, oh, they might they might make our country worse and blah 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 blah. I get a concern. It's a genuine concern because, to be honest, Liberia has its own things they're struggling with. So taking a group of other people, yes, I get it. But also, that's why platform like this we have the ability to reach out to those guys who are making these decisions on behalf of the country, and have them come on board and then talk to us, ask them the question, right? We could have, for example, Ibrahim come back here. We could have, hopefully, if we can make our time, have the Minister of Foreign Affairs come here. We can have anybody in government. Hopefully, you had Gregory here before, or other places. You can have them come and discuss the issue. But from what I heard, Liberia stand to benefit, up to 129 million in this thing. 500 going to immigration, the management of resettlement of these people. 2 obviously will be handled by IOM, the resettlement of people, repatriation of them, or whatever it is. And hopefully when they come there, they can settle down, hopefully get a job to do, get something going on, and apply for work permit for those of them who choose to stay, apply for work permit, and so on and so forth. Start working, and and also and help the economy. Okay, you got $124 million.
If you work where? If you work, what kind of work you going to do here? We always we get a work. You come and get a work.
So because they are being repatriated or they're being sent here to Liberia by IOM, right? You work in the NGO sector, so you should have an idea on this, right? Because if they come here through that organization, they're not regular people that just come here, right? So they get a certain time period to start business.
If you want money, right? If you want money, there are more jobs. There are more jobs in America than here.
No,
so why the American people guys? No, because the thing, AB, America has you guys got option for joy. America
denied. America denied.
You got one job here, you gotta hold it tight to yourself, because when you lose that job, it will take you months or years to get another job.
America denied.
So you bring in 100 or 1,200 people coming here.
America denied their asylum.
Right? They reach the age of income. They are not children, they're all adults here. So what do we have for them to do here that we here don't have, we cannot do? Are they coming with any other extra expertise? Yeah.
These people, application for asylum was denied by the very America. Okay?
Then why didn't go to their home?
Them. Huh?
So why they are not going to send them back to their home?
The way asylum work, they can't send you back to your home. America say,
then you keep them.
You don't keep them. You can have the America. You can't.
Why you don't keep them? Why? So why you can't keep them?
Huh?
Why again? America is the land of the dream. Everyone want to enjoy America dream.
Before you dream, you gotta get good bed or city umbrella. America not provide a bed or dream.
But we got a bear here for them.
Huh?
We got a bear here for them.
So
we got water here. What's all this? AB first of all, Adma.
AB was saying what be bear for them.
That be bear. That brown be bear will come for air. So
first thing is I get to water for the
time. So go ahead.
It's Johnny now. Johnny give my time. So I listen to Johnny now.
No, go ahead.
So
go ahead, people. I want to let you know we're not prepared the people that are here.
So Liberia and America got this thing about lateral, thing between them called the third country deportation. I got an agreement that they signed. So America denied them of their right. I mean, not the right. They denied them to the asylum procedure, right? For whatever reason we don't know. But some will deny you can't be here. We have a third party or third country deportation agreement with X, Y, and Z countries, other countries, not just Liberia, right? So most of the time, some of them decide, they choose where they want to go, right? So they agree to come to Liberia. Liberia too not supposed to do. Hopefully, that's what we're asking the people. Did you guys do your due diligence? Liberia supposed to do her due diligence and say, okay, you know what I mean? We'll take these people that you're sending. So Liberia accepted for 1,500 people to go there. Okay, in that agreement, $5 million is going towards, I got to resettlement, and for them, but it's going through IMO because IMO is the one that's responsible for that specifically, right? IMO use that money to help them resettle and so on and so forth, right? And because of that agreement that is signed, $124 million goes to the Liberian government for improving the health sector, for security, okay, borders and stuff like that. So why is True looking at it from the point where we say, okay, well, because we ain't got no job, that happening, but people who come to that place start a business. We'll start something that will help boom the economy. There are a lot of things that are happening here.
So they got money?
Huh?
They come with money? They come with money?
They'll get some to start a life though. They're not going to know children that are, yeah. They'll get some to start a life. With some
do anything with it.
My man. Go ahead, bro. Get you 50 minutes. Get bro.
Johnny, go ahead.
Yeah, man. Anyway, I mean, Pee-wee, thank you, and AB, Akim, you were busy with your home affairs. Yeah, but Sarah, thank you for coming on. I will try to join you as frequently as possible, but I'm trying to make some adjustment in my movement around, and so that's why sometimes I follow you guys on the radio or on my phone on the social media. But thank you for keeping the show, and we appreciate all our viewers and followers. This platform is just there to discuss the issues that matter to Liberia, Nobody hate anybody. There's no hate. There's no enmity among us. We are here as brothers and sisters from the continent and from Liberia. So thank you.
Thank you. Madam Dupo?
Yeah, Pee-wee, thank you for holding the ground on the platform here. You know, sometimes I can wonder why my brother AB can be talking. You talking about, we don't expect the president to come and say everything. Nobody said the president should come and say everything. The president has lieutenants that he communicates through. But before these people came, did any of them come through the press conferences to say anything about the people arrival here and what kind of people are they? Did they do that? I stand to be corrected. If they did, let me know. But I know they did not discuss it because everything was hush hush. They only, like I said, they were probably interested in the money, which of course the country need money. While at the same time too, you cannot endanger the lives of our people because we need money. So let them make it available by letting the Liberian people know what kind of people these people are and how they're gonna, be among.
Sarah, I know it's a closing. I'm sorry that I'm interrupting you. I don't know how you came to America, but we Liberians, we have to be very careful when we discussing people coming to our country for a second chance. We have to be very careful how we throw on that discussion because we are benefiting from that very gesture.
And you heard me say that. You heard me say that when I said
I didn't hear you say that.
Yes, you did. You heard me say that when I said all of us have benefited from coming to these people country. They open their doors to us, but they refuse people who have bad criminal background. They will refuse them. They will not allow you in the country if you have those, criminal activities in you. And so we don't know what kind of people these people are. And this is where our government is supposed to do due diligence to let the Liberian people know the status of these people. This is my point. I'm not saying that, it's wrong for them to take them. I'm saying that they should let the Liberian people know what kind of people they are, because at the end of the day, you don't want to be doing good and at the same time endanger the lives of your people. That is my concern. I hope you got that clear. I am not against asylum taking other people because I benefited from it too, or other people benefited from it. But at the same time, where we are, these people do not allow criminals in their country. Why should we? That's the point.
But the thing is, guys are not criminals.
Let me just John Sarah. Let me come back with sorry, Sarah, you can't. The thing in Brahmin gets on the you have a few seconds. There's something here. You can record about a year ago, a guy came to seek asylum here from Guinea. Liberian government, they not grant him asylum. We turn him over there to Guinea. Right? Up to now, no one got any.
Yeah, I remember that case. I remember that case, Pee-wee. I mean, Johnny.
Right in our house or third party arrangement. So I want to ask a question. Will America also allow Liberia to send people who can have come here for asylum and we don't want to take them send to America? Will they allow it too from us? Or if we want to receive?
But
I'm saying
that one will not happen.
Johnny, let me if I will answer that for you quickly. So, do you have on the term of agreement that you get engaged into this? Do you have America says no problem. Can you give us for if you send in maybe 10-50%?
You have 50 million.
Can you give us 50 million every month this time?
Yeah, we'll give it. Yeah, we'll give it.
So Johnny,
we'll give it.
That analogy, it doesn't hold because it's like you, Johnny, going to somebody that is very rich, and what the person can do to tell you do that, you will not ever tell the person to do that.
Okay, so 1 minute now. The point is, don't tell our guy agreement. Just say America is supposed to tell you America is supposed to give you something, you hold it. Because if you still got an agreement between America and us, then that tells you that the agreement creates a kind of equity or balance between us. I'm saying if we got an agreement like you said, AB, that we can the third party agreement between us. Okay, we have 5 Guineans or Sardinians here that we can keep in our country. We want to send them to America. Maybe we can give our own condition. America has money, so they pay money. Our condition is we can give our own condition to them too. To take the men to put in that country.
I hope you understand that Liberia was not coerced to take this agreement. It was an agreement. So whatever in that agreement, Liberia accepted it. Now when Liberia wants to do it, America has to accept it in the agreement
exactly.
too.
So that doesn't. And
Okay,
So
from the face,
so can you guys find the agreement for us share with us? The agreement that we got. Let me see it, please. Can somebody share with me, Pee-wee or AB?
Be asking your government.
yeah, we ask the government
to update you.
when they read that,
I mean, it just, and I believe it's just something
No,
that
but
really
the other one
the
telling me now. The other one telling me now. So you're telling me how to find it now. Okay, who can I call in the government?
I will put the agreement in the group.
How you be asking who you'll find the government? You don't know the foreign ministry.
But man, I don't know. I ask you a question.
Go to the foreign ministry. They'll get you information.
In the group, Johnny.
Or you go and find the freedom. You can go find the freedom of information.
You will not get it, Johnny. Not with the time.
Go on the Department of State website.
But I
Thank you, AB. Okay, thank you.
About going
Yeah, thank you.
Only say we're gonna come later on. So
we'll be on the show, fair foul guy. Now you want to come.
like people are waiting for.
Let me get closing.
But Timothy, welcome. Probably. Maybe Timothy is coming another diplomat. I'll be informing about the Ministry of Foreign Affairs now. So
You're muted.
What?
we receive 20 out of the 1,200. We received 20 of them today in the Republic. It's a big news on BBC. It's on Al Jazeera, on Reuters, all those powerful international news networks reporting it. I haven't seen it yet on CNN America. I don't know if you'll be seeing it. I haven't seen that yet, but all the other news, the West African Democratic Radio, everybody reporting that. So, what's your take, Timothy?
Well, when I got that, I think who I saw it from, Cyril first. I saw it from. I immediately contacted the foreign ministry, and they told me that they were going to get back to me, but because they were busy today. So, hopefully, I will get an update from them tomorrow. Hopefully, but at least we're informed that they were coming. 1,200 were coming. The first batch came. So my main thing I want to find out was how this agreement. What's the terms of this agreement? What's bringing these people into Liberia? What are they just coming there, just putting them in there? Where, because it's a process. Where are they being kept right now? Where they have to get. You have to acclimatize them to the Liberian society. Everything got to go through a process. So all this stuff, and they can't just come and put them in and show them in the streets or in the country just like that, because the people they'll eventually intermingle with people, and who knows, we will get relationship, and we'll start get marriages, they will start having kids, and things will happen. So we expect all these things to happen. So we got to get all these questions.
I'm sending the agreement in the chat room right now.
And so at least, and then what they don't just send them in Liberia. We gotta get some incentives to process these people in our system. So we got to ask these questions. So hopefully tomorrow the foreign minister will give us some update on it. But I know the chairman wanted to break his silence, but I want to reason. But I know I'm still trying to get in touch with him. The chairman said he wanted to break his silence, but I don't know. I'm still trying to get in touch with him, but
I'm going to break it.
But he was supposed to. But I don't know. I'm still trying to reach him if he's not sleeping now. But you wanted to break his silence. But
I can break it. I mean, break it.
Silence or what?
You don't hear from the side. You don't hear from the morning set, or you don't break it.
And nothing. The members that you know. Don't
okay. All right.
Wait. Silence on what now? Silence on what?
On the 6th of everything I've been going in the country. Yeah.
I just sent the agreement in the chat room. The agreement between.
Yeah, sorry.
Let me just also say that the home that the managing director of MPA, one of the homes was closed today by the state of Minnesota. They closed the home down to one of the homes.
Oh, for real?
Was shut down today. Yes, I think in the chat room.
I didn't see that.
So what he was saying that they were saying that he wasn't in problem, but now one of the homes have been shut down. So I don't know if they're getting closer.
Yeah, so you see, ultimately, all the guys came here during the election. They were putting money in the election. So money on party. So that's why today I was here advising my guys. I said, don't let my country say I was supposed to party with money, you win election. Know the person in background. Don't take money for anybody. So all the guys came, too many you guys know, people you guys know, this young man came with huge money and spend on UP here. You understand?
Who
I mean, I seen this.
You think Jimmy get on with that thing? All the people that Jimmy not close all of them. When they got back, if they got continue to get JMB hard time every day here in the news, JMB will close them too.
Who man?
They Sekou Doumbouya guy.
But no, but Sekou Doumbouya, you see, and that's the issue about JMB, right? JMB is a very slow. These are the dealers. He causes problems sometimes in places. He's slow. JMB now, the Minnesota Health Services Division shut all of their businesses down already.
Today they shut
they shut it down. They revoked the license. They stopped all payments. The first thing JMB should have done, immediate suspension or dismissing. But
how will happen?
And if this man, you're gonna say, "Oh, gotta wait, that the man first." That's what you're waiting for. Then it will bring some issue on you. You need to see the signal and take some actions here. This man institution have been. There's this issue going on. JMB be too slow sometimes. Leader when you order slow, it's not a good thing.
So Pee-wee. If this man, so Pee-wee, I want to ask a question to you, right? Those that are committing crime or committed crime in the U.S. and use the benefit of the crime to support political parties here, what becomes of that political party or that individual?
No, but again, first and foremost, the political party will say the end of the Kazakh party stay there. But the only thing about that, the Kazakh
but let's not forget though. At least we forget, Liberia supposedly is a sovereign nation. Liberia does not run her affairs based on how other countries run their affairs. Let's get that straight.
What do you mean? What are you trying to say?
Okay, what I'm trying to say is this, right? Whatever they are calling crime there, right? It does not necessarily mean it is a crime here in Liberia, or it's not affecting Liberia in any way, shape, or form, at least not yet.
No, but hold on a minute, please. Hold on a minute. Johnny was trying to say something. Just a minute. Johnny was trying to say something linking. Now, the U.S. government, you know, and the rest of everybody knows this. Okay. They will say whenever you commit crime in the U.S., if you went anywhere, they can get you. Yeah. It is the direction Johnny is saying. If you took money from the taxpayer government here, taxpayer here, like Cassette case, they said he was involved into sending, doing fraud and the rest of that. And they started observing his payment when I started to do some investigation and they linked to it, and then he was in docket here. Johnny is saying if the person did that, the proceed from that, of course, if it is established the proceed from that, the U.S. government can retrieve it. And that's one of the reasons that they'll say if you commit a crime there, not only a crime here if you did, but they say if you use the U.S. dollar wrongfully, they can prosecute you for that. True. Anywhere in the world. So that's what Johnny trying to say. That's what I want you to say. It's not about sovereignty. They are not saying that there's not a sovereign state.
No, somebody. I think you said. I think you or Johnny said. But now, Joseph Bogasu dismissed this man. One of you said that just now, right?
Oh yeah. No, okay. Let me say that before you continue. What I was trying to say is the moral aspect of it. Someone is playing your government,
moral.
Let me say this: the person is alleged to have gotten involved in other fraudulent activities in another country.
Can we agree that morality is not a universal language?
No. The first and foremost thing, the person is allegedly involved in criminality.
Okay, my point is morality. Morality is not a universal language, though.
It's not an issue. The Minnesota Health Division revoked everything.
You just indicated here that on the issue of the deportation or the third party asylum, that America, even though it's an agreement maybe between America and America, but this situation, right? So America is a great country. We all agree it's a great country, right? So I'm just saying, if people committed crime against the American system, American taxpayer money, and took it to Liberia and send it on political party or political institution or an individual.
The speculation, right?
So what becomes? Come again?
We speculating at this point right now, yeah?
Yes, right? So what becomes of that point? So what people are saying, if this man businesses, it even has an issue with America, and our government knows that America, they know Liberia. We all often indicating it here already. We've said that here already. So this man is committing serious offense against the American people, and the man is working in your government as a port manager.
Okay. What
do you do as a president in that situation? What do you do?
Okay. Thank you for asking me, right? Do you know why? Do you know why the clause for extradition, right? Do you know why certain countries, even though you got extradition clause, but you cannot extradite a man only because he make cause a crime in your country. You just can't extradite him. The law says whatever you say as a crime should also be in agreement. You guys should agree on that crime, right? Establish it first. Anything thereof, yes, you can extradite there for that, right? Now we don't know all the facts in this case. All we know is the allegation the government is bringing up upon him, right? That oh yeah, they may have done this, and they are taking further steps to shut him down. That is not sufficient for a sovereign nation to make a decision wholly and solely because of what they're doing there, unless it is a rating communication sent to them, right? Number one, this
Hey,
man,
my
this
brother,
kind of crime.
man, so you was this saying they not enough?
No, it's not. No.
This
What I say, they say nothing again, I'm all against you.
is allowing
No.
Remember there's a Toure.
I know. Listen, and listen.
Remember what he's saying, you.
Honestly, I'm saying that my opinion, right? I'm saying it based on the facts
Did
we
you,
have
did you,
today.
Toure, before you continue, let me hold you there a little bit. Did you
Okay.
rather follow the statement coming from
Go back.
Did you rather follow the statement coming from the Minnesota Health Services Division?
No.
Please go and read it.
I will take a look at it.
They are not. They not only stop payment. They stop all payments going to everything that he operating.
Okay.
They revoke
His operations.
They revoke his operation, his lesson in operations.
Mm-hmm.
You don't think that is linked to some criminal investigation now?
Okay, no. They already identified criminality in his behavior here. That's
so
true.
Why should an effective president, Madam Sadi, will dismiss you only hearing this?
Not in all cases.
But what she did?
Not in all cases.
Somebody
was not that great.
Did you follow the case about the guy that was appointed to be marital commissioner? Just a man heard about some fraudulent thing he did. And she withdrew his nomination, right? And he said,
even the guy Kebe.
Robert Kebe, I'm my former boss.
Robert Kebe, yeah.
The same.
Man, you read what put it on.
Oh yeah, I work for Robert Kebe.
The advantage is good.
I work for Robert Kebe. I work for John Molu at the level of the GSC. I think it's not example to you, but Robert, welcome. There are a lot of things we've been discussing today about. But we were actually closing when too many kids held us.
Yeah.
But you're closing early today.
We were respecting the time to close by 8. When I'm presiding, we close on the time.
Yeah.
Let's give a few more minutes, man.
Yeah.
So we'll get it up to 8:30 again.
There you go, 8:30.
By the time 8:27 count when the people jumping.
Yeah. But quickly, we're discussing some of these things today about Madam Taylor, and I've been seeing a lot of people been posting on some issues we're talking about, but I think we started on this one, we'll end on this, then we'll go back with you guys and Jackie will talk about it. We're talking about the foreign ministry situations. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the government of Liberia engaged the US government, and Liberia is going to be receiving 1,200 individual that was seeking asylum here in the United States. The nomenclature with them is not going to be deportees. The first batch arrived in Liberia today, but unfortunately, we don't know the details surrounding this whole thing yet. We don't know what is it the Liberian government is going to be doing, who's going to be responsible for them, and what all these things. I think we're going to be asking some questions to get some details. And then also, but the last thing we just started, I know you want to talk about that before going to the Drew Howard Taylor this quickly, is this situation we're hearing all of Minnesota about the managing director of the National Port Authority. That there's some decision. So we just want to get your take on that. So if you can take the next 3 minutes or so.
Yeah.
To just
definitely. And if I go over 3 minutes, please stop me.
Yes.
But quickly, with regards to the NPA managing director, listen. I heard my dear friend Tui say, well, Ellen Johnson-Sirleaf wasn't that good. And by the way, I think we're on the same page with that. I'm not a fan of Ellen Johnson-Sirleaf. And so I'm not a fan. But I will say though that she was very, in some cases, in some instances, she was very direct and proactive in certain decisions that she made. Ellen Johnson-Sirleaf was loved by the international community, and so they didn't see a lot of things that they saw in during the administration of George Weah, for instance, or any other administration. I think there was a special relationship there But it is clear that she made certain proactive decisions that would not have distracted from what she intended to achieve. And given what we know with these kids now, to it, I think that if I was president of Liberia, I would dismiss the NPA manager, the managing director of the NPA. This in no way means that he's guilty of what has been alleged, but I think in a serious government, in a serious country, Terry, even if this was a company, if this was my company, I don't want the good things that we're doing to be distracted by any allegation, right? That has the propensity to grow. And so I think the professional thing to do in any case like this is to recuse yourself. So recuse yourself in the interest of the company, in the interest of the government,
True.
and in the interest of the country.
I
That's
agree.
what professionals do.
I
Is it
agree.
is it is it a difficult decision? Absolutely, it's a difficult decision to make, but it's the professional thing to do. And so I think based on everything we know, there's some questions here. There's some questions here. Where did he get the monies from to give the Unity Party during the campaign? Now we don't know all of the facts, but we are getting semblance of what that answer looks like. And what is even concerning to me is how is it that this government and Unity Party, how successful have they been and consistent have they been when it comes to surrounding themselves with very questionable characters. You talk about the Stanton Witherspoon. He invested a lot of money in that. Now we know that those monies came from selling fake degrees at the detriment of some innocent U.S. and other citizens. The Panto, who is now in Japan, he was another huge contributor of the Unity Party campaign. He's in Japan. He's been there for over 2 years now on scam allegations. And now we're talking about the managing director of the NPA. So listen, he has the right to clear his name. I think he needs to focus on that and allow someone else to come in to continue the good work he's done at the NPA and not allow this to distract from that. Secondly, what was the second piece, Sylvester? About what was the second piece? I'm done with the NPA
The-
now. What's
yeah, the second one was about
The deportees, the returnees.
okay?
I'm
Deportee. What is
not
it with
not
the
the deport.
deportees?
Not deportees. I mean, the
the
Gafi.
Okay,
deportees.
the
Yeah,
asylum
Salam guy.
seeker. The asylum seeker. Listen, I still don't think this is a good idea, and it's not because I'm against having refugees or people who cannot return to their country come to Liberia. It's just because we're not in a space to accommodate these people, Sylvester. I continue to say, and I will consistently say, a country who struggles to provide for its own citizens the basic necessities of life, right? Cannot be accepting asylum seekers. I mean, we're talking about clean drinking water. We can barely provide clean drinking water for our people. We can barely provide good health care, affordable health care. The private sector remains dysfunctioning. There are no jobs for our own people. They are struggling. Our moms and pop shops, so those mothers who are doing widow market and whatever they're doing legally to send their kids to school, we don't even have a system for them to go to the bank to get loans to expand their businesses and do well. We don't. We still have security issues. Look at the border. The border. How long have those guys been at the border, and how long have we been talking about this? What has been achieved? So the peace and security of Liberia remains fragile on grounds that a lot of ex-combatants have not been rehabilitated. They have not been given opportunities to become productive citizens in the country. Anything pop off right now? Anything pop off? It's easy for the guys to go back in the bushes. So with all of what we are dealing with, all of our challenges, I think a responsible government look in the faces of our partners and say, listen, and as much as we would love to accommodate these people, I think we need some time. I think we need to do our own due diligence. We need to do our own homework here. We need to make sure that when these people come to Liberia, whatever funding you give us, does not, these people cannot come to Liberia and live better lives than Liberians only because they have been supported by the US. And I'll close on this note. My major concern is if these people cannot be accommodated in America for whatever reason, why should they be accommodated in Liberia? Why? And so that's my
Yeah.
concern. That is my concern. I don't think we are in the place at this moment. Maybe 10 years from now, 15 years from now, when we have addressed our own challenges, when we can offer some of these basic needs for our own people, then we can open up the borders and open up for other people to come and work, not just government job, but go and find work, go and find healthcare. 1,200 people is a lot of people. And what are we going to be giving them? What, when we cannot provide those things for our own people? So I think this is something that our objective.
Yeah, so I don't know which one to go, but I think I agree with you, right? For example, the guy in Minnesota situation, right? I'm not in any way saying here that this guy should keep his job. I hope that's not what I'm saying. If that's what I said, and that's not what I meant to say.
What did you mean to say?
Okay. What I'm saying is this, right? We don't know all the facts yet, okay, to make that decision. Does it look bad that a man, has been investigation or being accused of fraud, or safety hazard issue? Does it look bad? Yes, it looks bad. But that doesn't necessarily mean that as the American move, then the government should just move. The government has to do her own.
Let me hold you quickly on this. Do you know it doesn't look bad, but for a man to be dishonest, to not let the president know that he got a full-time operation here, he's not managing, then he get another full-time job for operation in Liberia. That's not enough alone for a president to move to dismiss you. So you run a company that requires your full-time president. You getting money and all
that's not
things.
So, but that's not just a political operation. So they are putting America that do two jobs, right?
No, that's not the case. Okay, doing two jobs. No. Doing two jobs. Okay. Those that are doing two jobs, they clock into their first job and clock out.
Right.
Go by and clock into the other job.
Right.
And
yes. They don't do so what I'm saying, right?
Yes.
What I'm saying. Just like actually say, "Oh, go shut up business down before you can't work for me." You don't have to say that to him. To be honest, let's be fair.
You don't have to say that to him, but he should not also be operating in a country that you do something, you're not effective, you're collecting money, and you're building people saying the bill that you're not performing for, and people are being killed. People are being killed in those areas.
No, that's why America is holding accountable for that. Just about cannot hold him accountable for that.
Is that not enough to get you out of the job in Liberia?
So when do we know about this thing? And we just have people know about it. Okay, so are we going to blame ourselves for the time we didn't know about it?
Okay, well, AB, let me come in, right?
Go ahead.
Everyone of us know that during the formation of the government, the president was doing vetting of people. They did vetting. And vetting entails doing background check.
Okay.
Background check. Yeah, and clearly the president team that did the vetting and background check. Recognize
Johnny, sorry, it would be a little difficult for that whole vetting thing because these are the people that bankroll the campaign. So they will not vet them.
But that's one thing. Another thing is you have Amin Modad right there. You have Amin Modad right there who had a business structure.
Unfortunately, that's the problem. They will not vet
he didn't leave his business. His business kept running while he was working in government.
No. Listen, AB, I think the problem here is that the kind of business young men in the US require his presence there in Minnesota. I think require him to be on ground.
Problem. That's not his business.
Wait, I come in. No, listen. It's not just about his business. But that's what they call criminal facilitation.
How?
Caveat beware. Meaning that you should know your staff on your team character before giving them responsibility. So if this man has listen, no, I'm not making a reference, right? What I'm saying is if you know this man has
defending the man.
Oh no, because I have podcast today. I didn't get that part, but you had a podcast.
I hope you continue. I know the Minnesota still are wrestling up, and because one of the Anthony said they will be watching to see information that coming out, so they'll get clue from some of the people that defending there or so. So he had a whole podcast in doing this thing, right? And but the information coming to them, what he's saying, I mean, there's different. And so now we shouldn't that rush to talk everything. It's not everything should be
exactly. Took it out of my mouth. Exactly. Yeah, just took it out of my mouth because we don't know all the facts around it. You just took it out of my mouth because we don't know the facts around it. Then
people start in this country now. It's not like before. People start looking and say, "What the man is saying here? Is it man? Let's check him in front of what he's saying." So for me, I love to be clear with some of those things when they come out. That's why
your line sound like static right now, just now. So I know you said we're gonna lost you for a second.
I don't get engaged into a higher conversation. I love to look at the conversation from the basis. When it first started, I didn't speak to it. The reason I'm speaking to it now because actions being taken by the local government of the government of that state.
Mm-hmm.
They've been taking some actions. It's leading to this line. They're gossip. When we were all gossip before, but now it's coming to this level. And for sure, this is not the first Liberian, this is not the first African or other things happening to. Cassette situation happening. Cassette formed his political party in Liberia. There was a day I was passing, we were going Banga, I was driving with the Cassette was doing a project behind Kakata area there. We won't pass in the hospital and so concrete thing is posted around Boma. 210,000.
No, but when I saw that, I was like, nah, something ain't right.
Oh, he bought one helicopter East Africa, the government, we are government said make him bring it.
My man, to be frank, if that guy has not had any problem up to the election, you're gonna be a serious problem for the election.
No, he wouldn't have
I mean, I went around places. Come again?
He wouldn't have gotten that far.
No, but listen about Robert. I'm seeing it like Robert. I went around places, Robert.
He was already on.
Yeah, Robert. I went around. I'm just saying,
Robert, he had contested.
Because look, Robert, I went to places, Robert.
Maybe he would come.
Robert, I was surprised that guy has built cells in every county, in every district, almost every clan or chiefdom. Cassani was everywhere. Seriously, not joke. So after he had a problem, there's some guys that was supposed to say, Johnny, if Cassani had a problem, we coming because the man was spending the real cash. The real what the woman called Napoli.
For the gay.
You see that?
Yeah, but you see, this is it's easy to spend money like that you didn't work for, you didn't earn, right? And so when I saw him do that, and I know a lot of times people use cash violence, but a lot of times these political parties that are doing so are not, these monies are not coming from their own pockets.
Yeah,
they're using either the state funding or funding that are questionable.
I mean, the man went, so I was going to buy a helicopter from there.
Yeah.
And so you know, I knew,
coastal buses.
I knew the man brother. We came from Atlanta. And his brother, I had a conversation with his brother about this whole thing, and even his brother was kind of shocked, right? But what shocked me the most is that if you knew what you were doing, and I think sometimes it is greed, because when you do these things one or two times and you feel like you're not caught, it gives you the ammunition to just keep doing it, right? And I think that's what happened. But the fact that he went to Liberia and was just splashing monies.
And I'm not cutting part of the reason why they got him. Now, maybe he would have still been around to this time.
Yes.
He had not been spending the money loosely.
Low key.
Yeah.
But he was spending the money. And this was not the first trip he made to Atlanta. He may live in Atlanta yet. He was his wife lives here. He was spending the money. And I mean, things just escalated so fast. But I want to shout out diaspora Liberians that are returning home, and they are actually investing their hard-earned money. Whether it's building a home, whether it's opening businesses. You know, a lot of these guys are not necessarily getting involved in politics, but they are investing in the economy, right? And also shout out to Alice Cummings. Alice Cummings is one of our legit multi-millionaires who worked and earned his money in real life. But you saw it. you think Alice was going to go to Liberia and just splash the money that he's worked all these years for
And
like
I
that?
was thinking, what's up, man? I'm millionaire, man.
So what I'm millionaire, and then when Cassell went to Liberia, he started splashing his own money. Wait a minute.
And it's now making Cassell increasingly popular. And I said it one other time on one of the show. I told the guy said, "Oh man, you want to go Cassell with now, man?" No, man said, "Yes, system is saying kind of about it, man." And I said it for a minute, got fed. The guy was not going to spend the money, but he was a charismatic element.
Oh yeah,
very charismatic,
very flamboyant.
He commandeers those things. The authority. He appeared when he appeared very authoritatively, and then he was a well-dressed person again.
And you know what he did? And you know what he did? He did something that we never saw Cummings do. And listen, maybe he understood the Liberian political terrain. They made everywhere he went, he had 3 Lexus SUV. Before he got out of the car, he had almost 6. Almost like what this young lady is doing. What's her name? Dr. Vicky.
Dr.
Right?
Vicky?
He had these big dudes opening vehicles for him. He was walking in the middle of them. He was a very flamboyant guy. So he appeared to be presidential.
Yeah, he appeared. He was very presidential.
Yeah, he appeared to have a lot of money. He spoke about the fact that, listen, I don't want to become president because I want to get rich. I'm already rich. People bought into that, right?
Then he started playing the Tottenham style of politics. I can remember one day, and they were I explained from he met one little girl. The guy said, "Oh, I don't get my school fee." So he told the guy, "Say if I take care of your school fee, you make sure you go to school and come back and do something for this country." They told him having a conversation. Oh, hey, thanks, beyond the deck. I will take care of the school fees. But can you promise that you'll come by and be noise of this country? Because people like you, when I'm president, I want to see people that you have this country. That was very appealing. Listen, if I got 11 a race, you are going to go in Ronald or Georgia or Barker, one of them. Trust me.
Yeah. I'm telling you, the guy had really built himself across the country.
The man knew how to do it. And that's one of the reasons why they put out, because when I look, they cost up buses when they were going 1 time a minute, and they brought 3 of them.
They see my man, to be frank,
see people
even doing my competition in Lofa 20.
He really wanted to be president, and I thought he was close to it. If Cassell was not going to win the elections, he was going to be in the race to stay up to this time.
I'm telling you,
Johnny, I think you're going in and out.
Yeah, unfortunately for him.
To the man, we finished that.
But meanwhile, tonight, Madam.
The guy had grip of young people. Even in the Vera High School in the country, Vera High School, community colleges, he was there. But I mean, the team brought him that. So I mean, he brought blessing to UP and CDC.
Yeah, 20. You are saying something.
Meanwhile, the former VP, she's staying in the hospital tonight. That's my last information we got. She's in the hospital. Let's keep on our thoughts and prayers.
Do we know what's happening to her? What's the reason of the hospitalization?
Well, I think she had some medical emergency that took her to the hospital today. So
it's been reported on the pages of some Dallas, DC, and the rest of that. I don't know because some of the I know you saw some of this something up. One of our former panelists used to be here saying that it is reported that something strange was injected in the former vice president. Is that what you're hearing from family source testimony?
What I saw lately was that
did you hear that also?
I heard that, but
no, I didn't hear that. But what I saw lately on the social media before joining,
how many families said telling me though?
So it is also believed that she should be released tomorrow. She'll have to be released tomorrow, and then the process, and it'll go after because of her health situation. She go through the process, like commuting to and fro. If she was to get charged, this is something that is possible.
But she already charged.
Not charged. I'm sorry. If she was to get indicted, right? So it's believed that she's not going to have to sleep at, Central. Rather, she would sleep at her house, or why she commute back and forth.
So there will be some compassionate ground.
Yeah,
Yeah,
based off her
but
status.
Pee-wee, but
No,
Pee-wee,
based off
we're talking about the former vice president of the Republic of Liberia.
okay.
I'm not a fan of Joelle Howard Taylor.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that woman, she's not on. She's former first lady,
Okay.
former senior senator of Bon County, uh, former vice president of the Republic of Liberia. I think that.
Let me help you get another one. Former deputy National Bank governor.
Thank you. I think that the position she holds in the public space requires some level of professionalism. Again, listen, we all would never be equal in society. There will be poor folks, there will be rich folks. There will be folks who think they have money, but somebody else have deeper pockets. We never will be equal. And so I think that part of the reason why I think was what I heard is happening. What happened yesterday should not have happened. Even if she wasn't aware that there was an investigation going on and they attempted to they would have sent an invitation to invite her and she was on her way to the airport. All they could have done was just stop her from going at the airport, communicate with airport authorities, tell them, listen, for some security reason the vice president cannot leave the country. She reports back to the house, get her lawyer, send the invitation over to the house and invite her over. I don't understand why they had to intercept her vehicle the way they did yesterday. I mean, if you listen to her in the car with the audio that has been released, she was very frightened. And this is someone.
That's what I was telling my brother.
Yeah, and this is someone with existing health issues, right? And I'm sure she was also very shocked, given who she is. Just because no one's saying she's above the law, but there's certain way you go about treating certain people in the community. This person has just been accused. They're not a criminal. They still have to have that day in court. So why don't you treat them with some level of
I think somebody interrupted. I wish you were here from the schema. I still maintain, and it's true. She's somebody who held that position, and you gotta respect the office. Not necessarily if you don't respect her. Yes, you gotta respect that office or those offices she has held. And I get that argument. I think it makes a lot of sense. But at the same time, while we are in empathy with her as to what we saw before everything escalated, I want to believe that the engagement escalated. Police just go to, you're not going nowhere, and they're giving her status. The government respects this woman. Let's be fair. If the government want to go marginalize her, they could have taken her EPS from her.
But they took it from her already.
I said, Dan, no.
On a serious note, if they wanted to respect her, they wouldn't have done it when they did it.
Okay, fine. But then
all don't contact her EPS details. Say, tell your principal, your VIP, we want to see her. That's all. Simple as that.
Right. But again.
Also say this too. Maybe do this one. Do you know the woman also received what they call my understanding is that whenever she's traveling, she always requests what they call note verbal. So if you go to a particular country, let the former vice president traveling to your country. So at least they gave her all credit and whatever respect they gave her.
Okay.
She requested it too. I think she was granted it. So the government was aware that she was traveling and everything. So I don't think. Would I even told us, look, tell her details, look, want to see your principal. And she will not refuse. She was going to go there. But to go and block her in the way that she's running, look, it's sitting in Nigeria to the former president Taylor. You say as he was escaping. But Obama do the man wasn't escaping. But he tried to prove to the world that he was escaping. The Taylor was escaping. Taylor would not tell the person, okay, when the story say he must stop, you're not return, you're not go back to Abuja. He wouldn't have.
So Sylvester made the same.
It's not good. Let's be honest.
Sylvester made the same point here you're making right now, right? So my point I'm trying to make is this, and I'm not a fan of Joe Howard Taylor. People that know me personally know that I don't care about Joe Howard Taylor. I don't care about, for example, President Taylor, the Prince Johnson, the likes of all of them. I don't care about them. I'm very worried with them, right? However, though,
as you what she did what she did you?
I just feel like I just don't care about anything associated with the name Taylor. What's spent that close?
So that's a collective guilt, collective.
They don't care about you either.
No, I have the right to like what I want to like. Do I?
Because they said the woman did something, but what's she doing?
So no, this I don't want to. My claim I want to make, I don't want to make it in demonizing her, right? I have a reason for not doing that, and I'm not going to sit here tonight. Another time will come, I will take exactly why, right? I'm not going.
She didn't direct any war.
That's fine. That's fine. But my point I'm making, is this: we shouldn't make it seem like the police just went there and just started doing stuff. It's wrong. I don't believe that.
You say wrong?
I don't believe. If any rational person looking at that video will know that thing escalated.
Yeah, because
who escalated it?
Hold on now. You're with now. That whole thing escalated, right? So at the end of the day, we have to be sincere to ourselves. Well, the one we say, Sarah, you want to sing? Sarah, I don't join choir before. You want to sing against single man? You want to
no, the choir thing. Answer the question you said.
But Sarah, we can't talk together now. You interrupting me. I can't talk. Sarah, you want to talk? You want to talk? Can't talk, ma.
Asking you question to see where you can interrupt other people. I can interrupt you.
No, but I really don't interrupt you though.
Yes, you do interrupt others. I have a right to interrupt you as well.
Okay, so let's go to that. No interrupt going forward tonight. Let me finish my thought. Okay. So my point I'm trying to make is this: why it's true that we can hold the police accountable for certain things, government accountable for certain things, but we shouldn't just look at the police just went there and just say, oh, they cannot go no just block it. No. We only saw the aftermath. We didn't see the before. We only saw when it already got to that point. We don't know the conversation that was had. Nothing like that. So when we're doing this thing, let's cut these police on slack in trying to understand what may have happened. Now, somebody will say, oh, because of our status, we won't care what may have happened. What happened, it was wrong. Fine. That's your argument. The last time I checked, Liberia is supposed to be a democratic state. In a democracy, everybody got a views or entitled to their views and stuff like that. I'm not going to prosecute nobody else for their view. But please don't prosecute me for my view. I feel like it escalated, and we don't know what happened before it got into that point.
Yeah, but it shouldn't have even happened. The point that I was making before I went off is that the former vice president, what we do know for a fact is that she was en route to the airport. The former vice president, as a free Liberian citizen, prior to what happened yesterday, what we do know is she was unaware of anything of that sort that took place. She was not invited. In fact, sources at the Liberian National Police have said that there have been ongoing investigation, and there was some kind of intention that they would have eventually sent an invitation. Invitation was not sent. They got briefing that the former VP was on her way out of the country. She has the right to fly out of the country, just like any other Liberian citizen, right? So until yesterday, the police did not invite her. If the police had invited her for questioning, she would not have made arrangements to go to where she was headed. So the point that I'm making is, even if one officer respectfully went and said, Madam VP, you can't leave the country, you are being invited to the police headquarters, I still think the approach was wrong. Because while she was on her way to the airport as a free Liberian citizen, her convoy was intercepted by armed police officers. Imagine, Ture, even if you've been accused of a crime, you're on your way to the airport, you've already arranged your trip, you've been invited. I heard that she was on her way to an invited event where she was supposed to go and speak.
A women's conference.
With the former speaker. So if she already made arrangements, she was on her way to the airport, and you got news that she was headed out the country, you could have called the airport authorities and tell them that unfortunately the VP is not allowed to leave the country. It did not have to create the noise that it created, right? It didn't have to do that. She could have gone to the airport. They could have just called the airport authority. For security reasons, the vice president cannot leave the country. They could have contacted her. The IG has the contact of Joel Howard Taylor. And all of these security apparatus have the contacts of all of these people. A simple phone call could have been made. Madam VP, I'm sorry this is happening. But
you're on the phone with
unfortunately,
Gregory. You're on the phone with Gregory. You didn't
she
hear on the phone?
called Gregory after her vehicle was intercepted, unknowing.
Okay.
So
let me.
what happened.
And
So
again,
wait now. And so I don't care what happened or what led to that. It was escalated. All of that stuff, the approach would have been different.
Oh, brother,
Had some professionalism taking place. Just the way we just explained it. Because we don't have the right to leave the country.
Okay. You know what? I'll give you that. Have that. If the police has to be retrained on that, how to engage next time, right? If we got to train police on that next time, it happens in America.
That's a fact, Ray.
It happens in America. It happens in America a lot of times, right? To what department will retrain the police on certain things. So if that would be the situation, we have to retrain the police for just matter of how to do it VIPs, we'll do the training. But at the end of the day, they wanted a person of interest to ask them questions. Mr. Taylor knows the law of Liberia. As a matter of fact, she helped make some of these laws in Liberia.
They didn't have
at the end of the day, for the fact she knows the law of Liberia,
her right to do that.
I'm not coming. As a matter of fact, I gotta go to my house and my lawyer gotta come before I come to you, Madam Taylor. No.
Yeah, but she has the right to say that.
Yeah, the violator her right.
Has the right to say that.
Okay, so what you the police? Okay,
so why
fine.
You think she said that?
All right,
why you think she said that? So why you think she said that?
All right, listen. Okay, you have it. You guys have it. You guys.
So I think she said that because at that point, based on the approach and what had happened,
Robert,
there are reports that the police attempted to disarm her assigned EPS securities by order. Yes, she said it on the video. She said, "Gregory, the people are fighting my security." There were guns pointed at her door, asking her to come out. And let me clarify this: no one is saying because someone is the former vice president of Liberia.
This is you adding color to the
no
paint
one is
now.
saying. No, I'm telling you what I saw
Don't put
on
it
the
at her
video.
door.
Did you watch the video?
Man, show me the video. Man, I want to see if you don't see the video.
Go watch the video.
The video's out there. You don't know. She said while she was on the phone. Wait. While she was on the phone with Gregory, she said, "The people are fighting my security. Your people are fighting my security." And there are guns pointed at my door. I didn't add that on there. She said that.
Okay. All right.
She said that.
Okay.
So all of this could have been prevented. Maybe that's why she got high blood pressure.
So my point I'm making is this. Right?
Please, wait. I'm not saying because this is the former vice president, she should be treated differently. What I am saying is,
I mean, that's how it sounds to me.
No. We see how celebrities are treated here. Even
that's
people
the narrative you trying to push through.
We see how celebrities are treated.
You're saying because of her status, she could not be treated like a common criminal. You said it yet, though.
No, but she's not a common criminal. She's not a common criminal. So why would you treat her like one?
Exactly.
She's been accused.
But she was treated as any suspect.
Let me just say it quickly. Insecurity science, and we're not going to push who's doing or so on. But again, there was some mistake on the part of the government.
I agree.
The former vice president of the republic, the only time you want to ensure that you are arresting somebody on the spot, then you go out and the person is under arrest. But if you acquire somebody to be person of interest, you can communicate with the person you need.
You arrest someone president and put in him got Tim Marshall.
Let me say this to you quickly. Do you know the difference where they blown up significantly? The former vice president got government assigned security.
Thank you.
Okay.
In the chain of security, what you do there, the structure of command is going to be the EPS. You're going to call one of those deployed agents.
Yeah.
And inform them that would be one of the best way to do it. Inform the vice, say, okay, madam, we get information that we can take you to the airport today.
And that's how Sylvester would have done it.
No, that's the routine.
That's the standard.
It's not me
doing it. I'm telling you, brother, I can't agree to anything.
That would have been the best way to do it. The security going to tell us,
my man, we'll reach the police.
Well, that's a better learner.
Please call your lawyer to find out something. The security would have told her that.
We'll reach the police.
If she didn't have government security, it's different. But she got government security. Then what were you want to create? Then other security.
That's true. You're right.
You're right. But they didn't know about that.
We're reaching the police. Next time we'll do better.
But even if you have regular police, what I'm saying is, if you're only inviting, now based on what we know now, that was not just an invitation for questioning, because 30 minutes later, they were reading charge sheet.
Yes.
So this was not a normal. If they attempted, so if the goal was to read charge sheet the same day, then the invitation for questioning should have been sent maybe 2 or 3 days prior.
Yeah.
No, I thought
2
lawyer
or 3
went in
days
the room. They
prior.
asked a couple of
Yeah.
questions.
Or
on
the
the
time you have to say you are under arrest.
The men that were just after the optics. That all
My
they were
brother,
after.
Yeah.
Listen,
Probably it's the optics. I agree with that.
listen, there's video, there's exchange that I heard. I think this is part of the government evidence. First of all, I blame. Listen, Tomalin, I continue to tell you that's the reason why when I'm in Liberia and I'm in certain rooms, I stay away from certain people, Johnny. I have been in rooms with Shaq. What's his name?
Shaq?
Sheikh. And there are people in my circle that we've been in rooms, but you know what I don't do? I don't care about people like that. I don't care to shake his hands. I don't care to break glass with them. I stay in my corner. Same, I have the same approach for criminals. People that, when you see a man riding private jet, and this guy has not had a job, I don't know for how long, and he's moving around to buy in all places with jeweler on, then you know something ain't right.
Smoking
Oh,
cigarette.
so when the
Then
police,
you know something ain't
when
right.
the NSA boss said that, you say that
know something ain't right.
you're opinion free speech, but now you're making sense for you now.
What I'm talking
What
about.
NSF? Yeah, well, I'm telling you my own approach. No,
No,
do it. Why you always?
Timothy,
Why you like this,
no,
my brother? Why you like this?
no,
I
sorry,
know.
Robert.
No, but this is
Timothy,
my own. I'm telling you my own
Timothy,
standard.
Sometimes
This
they
is
gotta
my
get
own
were you
standard.
on the show
people.
the other day when Amy Sylvester said you cannot say, "Oh, because I'm right driving B car, you don't do the sister income." That means you keep something on down. You were not on the show that day when they said
That was different. No.
Oh, okay.
That was different. The police are saying
They begin crying.
if you see someone driving nice car, we should. No, that's not our job. What I'm telling you is there are certain people who like to be in, who like to fit in certain standards of life. They won't be in picture with people they perceive to be rich.
That's true.
They don't understand the lifestyle or how they're funding that lifestyle. My lifestyle and my tendency is hard work. So if I want to fly private jet, then I need to work. Maybe in the next 15 years, you'll see me flying private jet. Then I'll be a multi-millionaire now. Right? So when you see me driving, when you see me flying private jet, there's no question about where I got my money from. Even the multi-millionaire, when's the last time you saw others coming flying private jet? What I'm saying to you is when you see a young man like that live in Maryland, going back and forth to Liberia, opening all these different businesses, transporting all these different cars, and you can't find out when was his last job in the last 5-6 years, there's question, right? So I've never met him. I've seen him in rooms, never shook his hand, never cared to meet him. I said that to say, maybe from Joel Howard Taylor perspective, maybe because she's vice president and people are talking about investment, maybe she's open to having conversations, right? But if
Exactly.
I was Joel
They
Howard Taylor,
introduce the people to
if
her
I
as
was Joel
investors.
Howard Taylor, though, Sarah, I'm looking at that guy and I'm thinking, I'm asking my people, wait a minute, who is this person making this introduction?
Right. Yeah, you're right.
Who is this individual making
That's
this
a great point. That's
introductions?
true. You're
And
right.
who are these people he's introducing me to that
Right.
will not necessarily come to the right channel? If someone has 200 million to invest in an economy, that one person will go introduce that person to, you don't mean they can go to the embassies. There are many ways you can go about it. So maybe she wasn't thinking like that. But based on what I heard, if the video if this recording, this wire tip, I heard something about the person saying, "Oh,
They got gift for you.
if you guys had not turned power over now, we'll still be doing our business, oh." And then the vice president allegedly responded, "Yes, oh." But I'm sitting here thinking, how does the government prove? How does the government prove that?
So
The
what kind of
business-
business first?
Exactly.
Thank
The
you.
business in question. How can the government prove that business in question that
They're
the
gonna be
vice
lose
president
that other
responded
case
to
again.
is drug related? Number
That's
two,
it.
this business halted in 2023. Their business they're talking about. It
Mhm.
halted in 2023 when the new administration took over. Right?
Right.
So, and the same business that halted in 2023 when the new administration took over, resumed
Mhm.
in 2025 to it. So if the business
It
that
resumed in
halted,
2025.
yes, the
It
business resumed in
the rescue
2025.
come.
So the question is, if the vice president was involved
Wow.
in influencing this business that started, and this
Mhm.
business they're talking about
That
resumed in
whole thing is
2025, they all know
political.
whose influence that this business resumed. But to just listen to a phone call, what someone said, "Oh, the people got a gift for you," then the vice president said, "But where is the gift?" Then the president insinuates, "Well,
They
I will
just
bring the
set her
gift.
up. That's what it
I will
is.
bring the gift." Based on what I heard,
It's a
I don't
setup.
see much in it.
Robert,
Yeah,
Are
Robert,
you
Robert,
listening to a recording at this time, or somebody telling you these things?
this guy,
Robert,
We have
Robert,
sources, man. I listen to the recording. We have sources, man.
Come on now.
Robert,
What are you talking about?
Robert, based on what you just
This
said,
boy got sources.
Yeah, go ahead, Johnny.
Johnny's thinking about quickly about this guy. This thing about our 140, right? The way he came to the country. This man was engaged into a lot of things before.
Mhm.
He opened a nightclub right before, around what it used to have the CDC as cleaning up.
But that's the same guy who used to do the all-white party, the all-white
Yes.
Christmas party
He opened this
at
nightclub.
Anglers.
He opened this nightclub, and he was the guy that was behind importing fake Heineken into the country.
That's right.
He was,
All
so
of
all
the
this
brown
is
liquor,
bringing fake.
Cavassier, Jack
Yes.
Daniels, all of them were fake.
Yes.
So what are money laundering charges for now?
But I don't. That's what I'm saying. If you listen, maybe the government.
They
maybe
made it
the
that for
government-
What?
to it. Maybe the government have a lot more that we don't know, so we'll wait for the evidence to come out. But I do know
We
what
really
I've
won't
heard.
see the evidence.
They're recalling because they're recalling. Yeah, with Sheikh speaking to this VP, they're recalling is a center of the evidences, based on what I heard today. Then the man said, but why y'all turn power over so quick? Then the VP saying, the VP said something. I can't say everything I heard, but the VP saying something about, well, we called the Prezo, and that was after the Prezo had called Joseph Boakai. Then, but when you listen to the conversation again, it's not much in the conversation to say this is drug related. And the video is aware that she's talking about drug dealers.
On her. They brought him. He was plenty on her to do that. You know, he's something to do the kind of thing.
But they should have gotten more. They didn't get much from. She didn't say much.
Exactly. I don't know what they really have. If it is that what we're hearing, I don't know what they're gonna. But quickly before you continue, Raul, we have someone that just want to contribute to this. Ivy, Connor, go ahead, please.
Thank you, Perry. Let me say good evening to all of you guys on set now. I now overheard you guys talking about the situation with the vice president health condition. You know, I listened to one of her counselors, Councilor Cabinet Jana, in this case, just this evening. He stated that he went to the hospital along with Councilor Finley, and they sat over there for 30 minutes. They were never allowed to see their client. He didn't speak just as a friend. He is a legal representative of Madam Joy Howard Taylor.
That was wrong.
The only person that called him on the phone, apparently asking him to speak to the police director, was Sandra Howard, Joy's sister. And he called Gregor Como several times. So I'm just pointing this out to say that this is a calculated ploy.
That's what it is.
But let me tell you this, guys. The police, if they were not politically motivated, do you remember the case of McGill, the deputy minister that reportedly, I say reportedly, girl, he was invited by police numerous occasions for inquiry. In this case, you have a former first lady, a former central bank, national bank governor, a former senator, a former vice president of a nation that have lived pretty consistently for over 30 years in the nation now, or almost 30 years, that could not even be invited or extended an invitation. And not only that, Councilor Janice stated that there were no formal arrest warrant issued out for her.
That's right.
When I go head into the air, he stated that he did not miss his words on it. So those are things that I just wanted to point out that people should look at and understand, read between the lines. Not only that, a lot of the current suspects of the drug situation in our country, they were formally invited for inquiry. In this case, Peter King. Peter King was not just randomly arrested. They called him in several times for inquiries. Why humiliate and disrespect this lady? But you know, last time I was on this PV, one of the talking heads of the Unity Party, in this case, Fatiga, put a scenario today that, in fact, this thing was calculated by the very opposition, in this case, people in the CDC, to make sure that this woman is not a running mate to Georgia. That's why they set her up. But then my question to him is that if this is the case, why would a government collude with such people, a group of people in the CDC or the opposition, to undermine that you cannot prove in court? I can tell you this: even if Joa is convicted, she will still get the support of the opposition, because it's a ploy to put charges on people. Because let's say when somebody gets destroyed politically, they will not contest. It's a false equivalent and a false fallacy that will not suffice in the face of what's unfolding. One country is writing now that their daughter have been humiliated and disgraced.
Yep.
And this is a country that Baka have never won, and he will not win. Even it's a ploy to put bogus charges on people, to defame them, so at the end of the day, say, oh, when they get charges, he can't contest. Mr. Trump is president in this place. He was charged. He was convicted.
Yeah.
2 counts, if I'm not mistaken. But yesterday he's president.
That's right.
So that politics that they're preaching, Pee-wee, it would not suffice. And I just wanted to point this thing out, guys. But thanks for the time, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, brother. Well spoken. At the end of the day, I would say to you, I would say to you, at the end of the day, the police, if we have to do retraining for the police for next time, how to handle
9 o'clock. We can pass.
Yeah, close.
At the 30-second close. That go quick, please.
Yeah,
I'll go last.
No, but you always
I'll go last, brother. Go ahead.
Yeah, but listen.
So we're watching you to retraining.
But listen, we're waiting for the evidence to come out. But listen, this is I don't know, man. But we want the best for Liberia. We want to fight drugs. What I'm looking at, my fear is, I think this is just another political headline.
That's what it is.
I think, and my fear is, if we continue to fight corruption, drugs, or whatever this way, then we won't get to the bottom of it. This is, we saw what happened to Samuel Tway. The government didn't have the evidence to prove beyond a reasonable doubt in court, but they got the headlines when Samuel Tway returned to the country, and they wanted to see him in handcuffs.
That's right.
I think that was the objective. That didn't happen. They lost the case in court. And this is what's for Nati Kofi. I still we don't know where that case is going to go, but with the former vice president, I'm not a fan of her, but I think that it could have gone a lot better. And if this guy is a state witness, this guy in question, he's currently considered a fugitive. Because he was under a special release with his case in Maryland, and then suddenly he relocated to Dubai and subsequently Ghana and Liberia. So I don't know how that's going to work, but it's great show.
Thank you, Georgie.
Let's face it. It took ECOWAS leaders to get involved in the last 48 hours into this whole thing, making calls and so forth. Even the former president, everybody had to get involved. And I know we said we agree no one's above the law, but look, Western politics and African situations different from Western situations. Former leaders, and to see this somebody who was a former first leader of a country, former senator, former vice president, and that she have met world leaders and African leaders mostly too. They definitely had to get involved. And these are all on the international wire. They got involved. And the former president had to even make a forceful statement that he was uncomfortable with what's happening. And the main opposition party had to meet and make some strong statement about the former vice tenor. But all in all, what I want to say, I told somebody this evening, What happened to former Vice President Taylor yesterday is a precedent. Tomorrow, if another government is in power, and mind you now, there are special projects and programs that are sending official, like in our country, the first lady of Liberia is in charge of the Group 72nd, Group 77 program. They are sending projects is on the vice president that the first lady handles.
Just, can you please hold your thought? Somebody want to say something real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead, Mr. Nangwe.
Am I go? All right, thank you. Hey guys, great show. So I called on my brother AV's phone. Oh, not yet.
Yeah, you on? Yeah, you're him, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, they hear him. Yes.
Okay, so I called on AB's phone just to disagree with him on his own phone.
Oh my God.
That's a good one.
Listen, this is bad.
I disagree. Look, the former vice president is a VIP, and there is a certain courtesy that is accorded that office. And so I agree with Sylvester on that.
Quickly,
on the last caller's point, look, he's right. Paul King was taken in. He went in on his own. Biago, with all of the evidence for which he was suspended, he recused himself.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine? We don't even know where he is. I mean, we can go on and go on and go on. Now, you guys just indicated the council of Kabina General went to see he was denied access. How is that? How does that make sense for anybody? But great show, guys. Thank you very much. I'm sorry, I'm going to be with you. Hope to be with you tomorrow. Baby, thank you very much.
You'll pay for this, man. I'm going. You'll pay for this. Yeah,
so look, and with all these interventions taking place, it just found that the government they have to listen to some people for some reason. And tomorrow, if NN, former first lady, NN, whether you former first lady, former vice president, former pro tem, former speaker, if you're whatever the situation is, what happened yesterday, there's a precedent have been set. Tomorrow, it may not be a CDC government, it may be maybe a Simon Freeman-led government, maybe a Gwango-led government, maybe a communist-led government, any government. It will set that scene. It will say when it happened to this person, what action was taken. So I hope everybody is taking note. I hope the pro tem, the speaker, everybody, the first lady, all of them, I hope they're taking note about what happened yesterday. Okay, today is Madam Taylor, and let me repeat: if the fact lead to her that she's involved, no, let the law take its course. But dignity and respect must be accorded at all time. Okay, and imagine, right? One of the things I heard Madam Salif during President Weah tenure, when they saw her son handcuffed and were taken, I think, hey, that woman, I tell you the truth. So these are scenes that people see. Now, when it started the fight, the woman going through, and so forth, then I see people putting picture that's old picture with a woman holding Kim or leg or hurting to make it look like look, all the things they're doing, you think you're doing it bad, but there's a time for everything in our lives, though.
That's right.
You know, the Bible says it. There's a time and season for everything. Let's be mindful that tomorrow things can change around. But I can say that the former vice president is resting at the medical facility. Her sister is there, and so look, we pray for her health. We pray for the family, and we also call on the government to be transparent in the investigation, and to wherever the chips fall, they should pursue it. But let me end on this: whether the president's son, the vice president, the president, the speaker's spouse, or whoever in government, whatever they are,
all the people
whether opposition, the ruling party, no position, imposition. If anybody involved, if they have the evidence, go for it. Let them face the law. Okay, there should be no sacred cow. We agree with that. We stand by it, and we agree. Now it's good that a lot of people have been arguing about Americans. Americans involved with the kids. Don't be afraid they are involved. Maybe you see them because you see the white people, so you say you believe it, but they are involved. They're involved.
How?
Now the 10 times they'll send black people to blend in with the people.
How are they?
Yeah, before you can close, before I can come, because you say you're going to be last. If they are involved, they can be involved too many. But if there are certain part where in the those government, this is something. The government is hiding certain things. If they are involved, if they are really involved into this,
Take what?
to step aside so they can open up the case.
Exactly. That's why I said they're not involved.
They are not.
If they are really involved,
Not in charge of the case.
you can be there. All of Gregory major protégés are deeply engaged. Yeah, Johnny writing a long release today saying that he being investigated for admitting that he received 10,000 and bribe. Then they say investigating him.
Yes.
But you have to go and embarrass the former vice president.
Yes.
But do you know the repetition of damage you are going to that woman?
I'll push back.
Do you know the repetition of damage you are going to that woman? All the international news talk here today.
One time they say U.S. government, they will be saying that they involved, we lie on them, they won't talk.
No.
Nobody said they're lying, but they are not in charge.
No, because we're not seeing, we see the white man who say you're a white man.
No, that's not the
white man. We don't care about the white man.
That's not the point.
Maybe we'll see it. Maybe we'll see it.
I think we should not. We should. When the U.S. government,
listen, and I know.
I share with y'all the response they gave to the guy from Clarence Jackson. They said we are involved, but they said because the people say we are.
Oh no.
They
said they are assessing.
Let me say this to us.
And supporting.
Let me say this to us.
If they prove that I say the people say we are involved in, then they will say okay.
No. I know that they are involved, right? But even if Gregory and other people are hiding some things, it will be on earth. Anything the U.S. government is involved with, even if they are now trying to now open up,
because everybody calling for them to get rid of Gregory, he must step down.
No, but it's the right
thing to do. That's the best thing to do.
That's the best thing to do.
I argue with that, right? I argue with that.
Do you agree that Gregory should step down? Let me put it to you.
For him to step down?
Do you agree with that?
You will not say it.
Can you see on the platform that Gregory should step aside?
No.
I'll say this, right? I'll say this.
Yes or no, Dominic? Step aside or no step aside?
Let me speak.
Man, when I say that thing, I will not say
because I'm not a partisan person.
It doesn't matter.
Do you think it would be prudent for Gregory to step aside in this investigation? Yes or no?
Yes.
Sarah, pick her home, man. Sarah, call for to get come. Sarah, go ahead, please.
The man asked the question as clear as
on the floor.
I will ask that question to on the radio. On the radio, I'll ask the question on the record. No, we're on the radio right now.
What question?
I have said. I even sent a text. I even sent a text to his phone yesterday. Right now, blocked me. To his phone yesterday. I told him, say, they should stop the shenanigans and stop scapegoating other people. He knows the fact. He knows what happened. He should stop. And number one, he said there are verifiable information he got. One up and up, we don't have the verifiable information. He says senior government officials in the government are engaged.
I mean,
nothing.
The reason why
Johnny did it and he didn't display Johnny. That's the reason why we say he stepped aside.
Right? I will not argue much about that. Is because the fact is that most of his staff people that he rehired that are close to him, they are being involved. Okay, and I don't think it will be fair to the investigation to have him head investigation that investigating.
But that's what we've been saying. We're not saying fire him. We're saying let him resign and open him to a further investigation.
If we're calling for a man to resign from his position as director of police,
either he resigns, he accuses himself of an investigation.
That should be the argument.
No, I want him to resign. I want him to resign.
But why should he resign? Why should he resign?
Because he needs to go and focus on clearing his name.
No, I think he's saying he must start with investigation.
The reason why they call him for investigation is that there are signs that he's linked to this thing.
Yes,
that's a sign, but not that's what is a sign. So based on speculation,
so how would you know if they don't open a thorough investigation into that?
I will agree with you guys. You say he might recuse himself from the investigation or the drug hunt. I agree with that because most of the top people, but to say he might be a position, I don't think it's fair to him.
But Sylvester, they won't let him resign because I think he's protecting people.
Yeah, he won't. They won't. I mean, the only reason the day you hear that he's leaving, the reason why, the powerful institution,
Robert just said,
getting them to do that.
Robert just said,
and then they're going to do.
What brings the investigation integrity to to a question because of that. People will speculate that because people that are involved, you are shooting them. But if I was the president over the case now, I said, look, Mr. John Security Chairman, who is just the minister, look, let the director of police now step aside with investigation, focus on solving the police aspect, not the drug investigation. Is that why the people are calling for?
I don't trust the Attorney General, sir.
Okay, so then
the same man already cleared Gregory Erasmus.
So they do nothing wrong to call. We should all push for.
Listen, Tomalen. I think there's some serious protections coming from the coming. I don't want to make this. I won't even say this on public, but I think there's some serious protection from Gregory Coleman, from the very senior level of government. That they know that if he leaves the post that he currently holds, and whatnot, I think that people will be exposed. If, for instance, if I was president and I got nothing to hide, I would give this investigation to an independent body.
I mean, that's
but they will never. You know why they won't do that?
If you take a poll, if you take a poll right now, you call. Maybe we should do it tomorrow. Open the phone lines and ask librarians to call for all ones alive, announce it, and tell them whether the independent group should do it or the current team. Because everybody is not. If they don't do that, people will never believe the credibility is already on
the government only say bosh if they poor to do that. But Sarah, go ahead.
Yeah, let me close very quickly. Even though Tomali is calling me part, I agree. I'm a partisan, whatever.
You're thinking to be partisan,
no problem. They did it to all, we'll do it to them. It's fair game.
The country will go forward.
Well, the country is going forward. But to my point, let me quickly make my point.
I will tell you for because.
Let me make my point about. Let me make my point about that. Let me talk my own. Let me talk my own. It was all a charade. A charade. The men have been drowning in the cocaine discussion. We all know that they've been drowning. They have not found any way out of it. No rescue. So they decided to use the vice president, set her up so that this thing can come out and then they go in and perform. Carry all the police car around her, make it look like she's some kind of criminal. Why you go carry a police car around Bianco or whatever his name is, the LDEA guy, when you suspended him? Why didn't you guys carry a police car around him? Why didn't you guys carry a police car around what his name? Johnny Bolladin? When he gave Gregory Coleman 10K and Gregory Coleman gave him 2K back. What happened with all of that? You're looking for optics? This optics is not good for you. It's not. You're screwed up. And the Gregory Coleman needs to recuse himself or resign because actually they are not credible. And you're talking about the U.S. involved. U.S. will be involved. Gregory Coleman will be investigating, passing around, carrying cars around to do. When he's conflicted, it will not happen. The U.S. assisting whatever information you gave them. That's what they're helping with. Yes, they got their eyes on the ground because they don't want drugs coming into their country, so they're watching that for sure. But they are not heading the investigation. You might not lie to nobody yet. We got that facts already. So great show, guys. We'll continue tomorrow. Thank you.
So that's right. You know what funny other thing I just saw today? When I woke up this morning, the first thing I saw was Bucket Raw being handcuffed.
the real one in that case.
I'm telling you, can you imagine that? They better just asking for air, looking for all kinds of people.
He started speaking serious.
So throwing the kitchen.
Well, this was done.
He said la bro.
He said that's la bro for you.
So, Rama, you ever before?
Eh?
Yeah, before.
Yeah, el medio tipo de.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, first. Yeah.
Okay. Since 5 years. So I'm like, I said, poor Bucket Raw. He can't get crossfire anything yet. And he's still speaking a little serious. Yeah. I mean, I thought it was funny.
Imagine that.
Right now, nobody's covering. Nobody, at first when it happened, he received massive media coverage.
Oh, yeah.
So there were people talking on his behalf.
But man, you got it from a vice president already. So
it's so bad.
Well, I mean, the good thing about it, at least I'm happy. I'm positive that tomorrow she will be allowed to go home And what I mean, that's a good thing because
So yeah, please let give Bugger 5 minutes tomorrow because I'm sure they're gonna keep him in there. They haven't released him yet. So I'm like, is this was done strategically? He was by himself, one serve, in handcuff, and he just walking with.
I mean, if the film I mean, by himself, nobody don't follow.
When
I mean, was
they told me Lala Kokin, they saw he how that when the women again.
No, they said no.
The
They said link to the 360 million.
Are you kidding me?
Because they said it looked like he was also facilitating drug trafficking.
Oh my God. No,
where he's live on the East Coast, yeah.
He's living in Philly.
Philly,
yeah.
So you become a Philly man.
That boy was not boy nothing. They just
you become a Philly man. I gotta build me up, man.
Yeah, I feel sorry for him, man. So I feel sorry for him, man.
Yeah, the man was alone. One man was alone, so two closer up. But this is quick before two can come back.
I'm not talking to real close.
Let me close. Let me close. I got a little quiet. My being quiet for a little bit. Let me close. Let me tell you.
Yeah, 1 minute, please. We gotta go.
Oh God. You have to wait 35 minutes. Okay, no problem.
Okay, 2 minutes.
So no problem.
So you want to you already.
You see, Sarah. So let me tell you something. How my brother Timothy saying is a precedent they have set. And all the other speakers, vice president, other guys will come. They should watch it, right?
Big precedent, very
exactly.
big.
But I told you what I told you. I say,
even for the old man as president,
hey, chief, you give me
somebody can hold you tomorrow.
Give me 2 minutes.
Yeah.
I say because of the incident, we'll train the poor next time abuse. So by the time they come there,
be harsh.
But I train, you know. But I think, to be honest, it was very unprofessional the way they handled the situation. Not just her, even if it was a regular person. The way handled for the fact that she was not charged with.
Now you say
unprofessional. Thank you for
what you wrong?
Hey, my man, you stop it, man. You stop it.
You contradicting yourself.
You give me 2 minutes, right? Give me 2 minutes.
You can just
you want me to talk on my phone?
Yeah, you can definitely flip. Go ahead.
You want me to talk on my phone?
Go ahead.
Okay. So I think it calls for training. It calls for training, and I think the government, you know, I think the government should learn from this. But
you got a lot to go. You got 8 more years.
Just starting.
Yeah.
Because the day, man, when everybody put the one people the one I can give you now when putting the car seat in the car.
Yeah.
Yeah, put the car. Imagine, I'll do now. I'll put them on the other one. And yeah, everybody.
You got long to go.
I'm not there yet. I'm working on.
But
that man can contradict himself. Man is saying a mistake, but he called the man yesterday to wish him to say thank you for a good job.
Yeah,
he don't know what he was saying. Thank you for.
And then he called the vice president today. We're talking. He said, "Woman, acting like a ATU guy." Those should be in the car ATU guy. I had to call him up to that all the kind. He's not saying the whole thing was wrong. So I don't know how he tried.
I told the man, thank you for mustering the courage to do what he did. Thank you. And I was saying, thank you 10,000
the action was wrong.
We don't know what's wrong. When we're wrong, we apologize tomorrow, brother. Right now, we got her.
You are a complete walking contradiction.
Right now, we got her. What
you are a walking contradiction.
Right now, we got what supposed to be.
We hope the vice president do well.
Everything I'm not talking background down. Oh, about what? You're picking up barbecue.
Okay.
All right. See you, man. Love you. I bring people.
Okay.